Oh, Luke, man, we've not to put pressure on you or anything like that, but we've really been looking forward to this one, lad. So first of all, I want to thank you for coming on.
I appreciate
yeah,
it. Pleasure to be
obviously
on here, Will. Thank you.
you're becoming like a really big character on the Liverpool, to say the least. Not yeah. Obviously, if anyone doesn't know, your name is Luke Powell. A lot of people do know you as ShredFast. But have you?
I'm very good, but yeah, I really am. I'm in a great place here. The last podcast I done, I was in the middle of fasting, and I didn't feel great, so I feel on the ball, and yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. To be honest with you, like, I'm looking forward to having a good conversation. So
I love that. I love that.
for it,
To get it out the way, then to start off, what is ShredFast for anyone that doesn't know? I feel like a lot of people in Liverpool go, they do ShredFast now. I feel like it's become like that common thing, which I'm loving to see.
100%. So it's an online fitness program. At least that's how it started. So we've got a website and an app where you can perform the workouts, full follow along videos, written descriptions, just everything you need basically for an online fitness platform. But now we've obviously got the gym also, Heal Wellbeing, currently undergoing a rebrand. But yeah, so that's our only gym at the minute, and the only gym in the world that you can do ShredFast in person classes. So we hold 2 classes a day, most days, 6:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. and that's in the Liverpool City Centre, Great Cross Hall Street. So that's our centre now. We've got just had a renovation in the showers and stuff. We've got cold water therapy, saunas, hot room, gym. Got all the PTs working in there. We also do yoga. So it's just it's a well-being centre. It's a performance institute. Is basically what we're aiming towards with this new rebrand. We're going to make it a place where people can just come, a hub. Got the coffee shop in there too, Coffee Asia, named after my beautiful little daughter. So it's become a place where people can go and congregate, not just train. You can socialise, have a drink, do some work on the laptop, and yeah, it's just honestly, it's become such an amazing place. I feel like I'm genuinely in a little bubble there. It's also the hub for our online platform too. So we record all of our workouts from there. Me and the team. There's now 12 instructors. The team goes far beyond that in terms of our editing team, email marketing team, brand direction. We've got numerous, probably close to 30 people working behind the scenes for ShredFast now, and then we've got our heel staff as well working. So it's just become a really big, solid organisation based on truth, justice, and it's an amazing place you've been there yourself. Yeah. So it speaks for itself. When people come in, they feel the energy straight away.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, ShredFast is an online program that is now got in-person classes as well.
Yeah, because you have built like to a T a community there, haven't you? Because like Wes gave us like a little tour around.
Yeah.
And he was showing us like the coffee shop, he was showing us the gym, he was showing us the area, he was showing us like the showers, not getting them together. That would have been weird. But what you have built in there, man, like it is ridiculously impressive, and like I feel like you must walk in there every day and like give yourself a pat on the back.
I genuinely do. Not so much pat on the back. I have to pinch myself that like I'm so blessed to be able to have an environment such as that. Like it really does feel like a bubble to me. There's a lot of negativity in the world. There's a lot of there's a lot going on that I don't necessarily agree with. There's a lot of people who I don't like to interact with in society and stuff. There's a lot of hate and negativity and jealousy, cynicism and stuff. And when you walk into this, it really does feel like you're walking into a dome. It's like a different world. That's how I feel every day when I go to work. So I get to go in there and I get to switch off from the outside world and be with people who I connect with. I call it the mastermind group because all we do is sit in there all day, every day and think of how we can help and how we can enhance what ShredFast is and what Heal is. And that is literally all we do every day. So I'm blessed to have the community we've got and to have been given and gifted the people that walk in that door every day. Because there's some of the best people that I've ever met and will ever meet who are currently in that building, and it's always expanding. That's the amazing thing. Like attracts like. So as we grow in strength, we only attract more to us. More praise be to God. That will continue.
Do you feel like the people that walk in there, because like for me, and in that own instance, when I walked in, you can feel like the positivity and the energy and all that from people. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone wants you to get in. Everyone wants you to shine up. Everyone wants you to get in the class. They want you to be there. But like the people that walk in for the first time, do you see like a progress of them from going to ShredFast and the way they are now?
Yeah, 100%. Everyone who comes, genuinely, the lives, not just the fitness, the physical shape, the mental health, but everything around them just starts to improve. You understand what I mean? You just see like they start their own business, or they start a side hustle, or they genuinely just start to prosper because they're in a better mental state. They're around people who, as you say, genuinely are rooting for them to win. There's no jealousy. There's honestly, there's no envy in there whatsoever. Everyone is just genuinely happy to see others winning. When someone starts to lose weight and look good, it's the first thing people say. You look amazing, do you know what I mean? Like, you're flying, aren't you? Blah, blah, blah. You've got people, Shana, she's one of the OGs. She's been coming to me for years, honestly, since like 2020. And she's literally 2 weeks out from a pregnancy due date. She's just still in that hot room, though, getting after it. And like, honestly, I seen her the other day, and like, I'm not blowing smoke or I'm trying to make her feel better. I was like, you look amazing, man. How are you still doing this? Do you know what I mean? Like, how are you actually still doing? Never mind, most people can't do ShredFast, and she's an animal as well. She's just in that hot room, plus the weight that she uses and the intensity she goes at, and she's 2 weeks from a due date. It shows the power of ShredFast, that, because she genuinely says it's the only happiness throughout the day at the minute, because she's so uncomfortable and stuff. That is her happy place, and that's music to my ears. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so many people's happy place, bro. It really is.
Yeah.
No one wants to leave. I said it, like I'm off to a flame. When we first designed and I called it Heal, I said to my business partner, what you'll see is that when you create something good, people don't want to leave it. And I mean that actually physically, like just in real time, you don't want to leave it. You get people who go, right, I'm off. 25 minutes later, they're still just there, walking around. I thought you were getting off. Like, I am in a minute. An hour later, still there, just pottering about. You can't leave. You don't want to leave. It's
we
a
were like
strange
that, you know,
feeling,
like seriously. We were like that, like obviously, like I said before, Wes shoulders round, but we were lingering for ages. We were just sat off, just talking. I was talking to Helen, I was talking to Archie. We were just like just talking to different people, and like I can fully understand why people don't want to leave.
It's weird. Don't ever come if you've got actually somewhere to be, because almost like a 99% certainty that you're gonna be late. And honestly, it's so hard to leave, because, as I say, you just pulled in by this amazing energy, and you know, once you leave, you're a bit like, oh, you just want to be back in there. Honestly, it's crazy, because I've got a good friend, Leif, now as well, like a brother to me, and he's come and started PTing from there. And I just see him and his clients, like, they just couldn't be happier for the place that they're in. Do you know what I mean? Like, they can just come back and forth, get little coffees. It's just a community feel. Like Coffee Asia, people will always try and give their opinions on, do it like this, you must do your business this way. What's great about the business model that we've created is that we flow with it. You know, like you even said today about things I want to cover, and I feel that you should just flow through life. Of course, with direction, because as long as you know what I mean, you can row as hard as you want, but if you're not rowing in the right direction, you're never going to get there, are you? So as long as you've got direction, I feel like you just go through the motions, like let things be, let things fall how they're going to fall, adapt, overcome. Even just this past couple of months now, when problems arise, it's like the whole team have this philosophy of, like, let's not cry over spilt milk. It's happened. We've been dealt this card. What do we do about it? And that's what I find draws people towards ShredFast, because it's a place where people can come, and for the time they're in there, the problems don't seem as big, but it's also a great place for them to speak amongst each other in that social environment and actually come up with solutions for the problems that they're experiencing on the outside world. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
whether that's mentally, emotionally, physically, someone in there's probably got the answer. And it's great to just talk. You finish your session, your endorphins are flooding through the body, and you get yourself a nice drink, coffee, protein, whatever it may be, and you sit in that environment with some nice music and good people. Good things start to happen, bro.
Because it sounds like the physical results that you get, obviously, from the program and the way that you work out, that's just a bonus, isn't it? The way that everything's up there mentally for you. Because the biggest factor I've shown, obviously I can only speak from people I know, is from Jay himself. like the way that he speaks
I was
about it,
surprised there,
and
no, I
like
was
the way
made up
he
with that.
comes away, and it's just because you said, didn't you, when you was putting the program together, there was like science behind it and everything, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
like the exercises that they do.
everything. So for years I done a bodybuilding style workout where you do like your chest,
Yeah, it's what
your
I do.
back,
No.
your arms, your legs, push, pull. I tried every different training style you could possibly think of. I really did. CrossFit. I've done every martial arts that you can possibly do. I've actually done every single one of them and had a good go with it.
So you're a hard
I've played football. No, definitely not. Definitely not. No, but I've just done every single one because I just feel like, as I say, it's easy to talk.
Yeah.
But I'd rather feel. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just be in something, like immerse myself in something. And I've played in more or less most sport you could think of too. Very few sports I haven't played. And I was always just into me. I was always an athlete as a child. Since I was 6, literally 6, 7 years old, I was the fastest on my street, and then I was the fastest in my school, and like the strongest. I could jump the highest. I was just always athletically gifted. I'm not going to sit here and say I wasn't when I was. So it fell to me nicely in that. I was dealt a good hand in that sense. But I tried everything that you could think of, and I just didn't feel good. I was only having this discussion with someone who was seen in the gym before, and it's a lad who I used to do the bodybuilding style training with. His name's Chris. He's a good lad. I said, "Do you still do?" He said, No, I'm doing all the functional stuff now. He said, I seen what you started to do, and he said, I don't do exactly what you do. He doesn't do ShredFast, but he said, I'm doing much more functional things now. I said, how mad was it to think, bro, back in the day, you'd hit your legs for 2.5 hours and then not be able to walk for 6 days, and you thought that was good? Like, I'd literally be getting up.
I feel attacked right now.
But this is no, but bro, I swear, listen, I'm gonna change it. Honestly, it's not the way, bro. It's not the way. It's just really not.
Educate me on it.
So, what? Obviously, if you're a bodybuilder,
yeah,
you want to tear down that muscle tissue as much. You want to punish that muscle as much as you possibly can, and then overfeed it and stimulate it with protein synthesis and stimulate that muscle growth as much as you can. And obviously, they're injecting themselves with all other kinds of things as well. Don't forget. So you destroy the muscle part. You go to work on it for 2.5 hours, and then you don't hit that same muscle group till 7 days later. It works. That will build your muscle. It will, but it comes with gluttony because you have to overeat if you want to build and maintain your size. Gluttony is a big sin in every religion, bro. It's not good. Starving kids out there, the last thing we should be doing is stuffing our face full of food far beyond what we want to eat. Should be eating a nice, balanced, nutritious diet. That's not going to help you or aid you in bodybuilding. You will never win a competition in that way by eating clean, nice, whole foods. You have to stuff yourself in bodybuilding. You have to bulk up, off-season, etc. So that training style is designed for aesthetics, not performance. You understand what I'm saying? So if I said to you now, you're going to look great, but you're going to perform poorly, what would you be happy with that?
No, not at all.
So therefore, that's all you need to know, because that's exactly what you're getting with that style of training. You might look good aesthetically, you might feel good after the gym, but I guarantee you, into your old age, when you're lifting all that weight, when you're loading those joints too much, when you're moving in a very the word for it, a very limited
range of motion,
yeah. And you're loading muscles. Think about it. If I said to you with the kettlebells, I want you to squat 232 kilogram kettlebells, you'd struggle. Right now, I'd watch you'd struggle, bro. You'd try and rack them up from the ground. You wouldn't be able to clean them up properly. They'd be banging your forearms. You'd be struggling with the balance, yeah? But if I said to you, now, because you're a big lad, I can see you're 6'5", you're probably about 100 kg. And if I said to you now, squat 64 kilograms on the barbell,
yes,
you'd do it like piss, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But you know why? Because you get to cheat and you get to walk under a bar that's already up, and you just go, think, little small lift onto your spine, you load that spine, and then you start squatting, and then you get to put it back nice and easy. There's no accountability. You don't have to get it up from the ground. You haven't got to work for that weight. That's how people get injured. I can do that. Just looking at this bar, walk underneath it, boom, go down, boom, knee pops, back goes. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the kettlebells will hold you accountable. You've got to start on 6s, as you'll know. You've got to go to 8s, then 10s, then 12s. So throughout this stage, you're building consistency, self-discipline, strength, and you're earning your stripes, you're paying your dues. That's why paying your dues is such a big statement that we always live by. So just off the back of that, Bo, it's if you're training because you want longevity, you want to feel good as well as look good, then you've got to start training functionally. You've got to start training in the range of motions and the positions that you use in your everyday life. And I guarantee you ShredFast puts you in those positions, because have you got kids?
No.
So when you got children, you'll realise when you got a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old and a 9-month-old like I have, you spend most of the time on the floor. If you're doing anything with them, or at least crouching down and kneeling down. Now, go and try and do a full 2-hour leg session and then play with your daughter in the park. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, bro. You're going to be like, bending down. Like, what? How old are you?
27.
So 27, I guarantee you that's how you feel after you do your legs.
That's how I feel anyway.
So therefore, when you've got kids and they're watching you, think, why is me dad like that at 27? That doesn't even make sense. You should just be bounding up and down, rolling around on the floor, squatting down, standing up, jumping, pushing them on the swings. Like, you should, functional. Longevity is key.
Yeah.
So we want to be training to make sure that we are building. We're building strength in not just the muscles, but also the joints, the ligaments, the tendons. You understand what I mean?
And that's what I need. Like, I know that, because, like, you can see the scar there, like, I snapped my patella tendon a few years ago. That's healed all right. This knee is now, it's done in, like, it's gone. But
Is that from what?
Compensating for the other knee. That's what I would say.
How did you do that?
Oh, that was just playing footy in the school that I worked in.
Nightmare,
yeah, just slipped on the concrete when I was playing footy on the pitch with the kids, and just had to snap. But that came back all right. But obviously the strength in the leg is not there anymore. So like when I was doing the squats in Helen's class, I just weren't there. So if I try and squat down, like, this knee's just not doing it. So I need to get that sorted.
It would be though, even just through ShredFast, because I've torn my meniscus, and ShredFast has aided towards healing it to almost complete. I have a little bit of trouble with it, but I should have really got an operation. I was told I needed one because it was a full tear. So I've managed to get myself back to near enough 100%. I'm able to do more or less everything. Through no physio, I don't do anything. I get physiotherapy once a week off me physio who I've been with for 10 years now. But it's not just specifically on my knee, like just physio in general. Sorts out my shoulders, sorts out my hips, stuff like that. So I only get in with him once a week. I've not had no rehabilitation work on the knee, and ShredFast has helped me combat a torn meniscus. So I know that with consistency, even ShredFast will help aid towards healing that too. I'm not saying it will heal it,
but it'll
help you, bro. It'll be a lot better than going and racking and doing squats and doing leg press and doing leg extension and calf raises and deadlifting weight that's far beyond you, putting a belt on, strapping that, squashing all your guts and your intestines in. It's a car crash waiting to happen.
How old was you when you realised that training just wasn't for you?
About 28. 27, 28.
So about my age then at the minute.
Yeah, man.
I could be the next ShredFast.
Well, you always say 27 is one of those transformational years of your life as a young man.
How come?
Don't know, but I've heard that a lot in all different books, different philosophies. 27 is usually a bit of a turning point, and something very influential usually happens in your 27th or your 28th year of life.
Oh, well,
that just kind of changes your trajectory a little bit, just gives you a little bit more of a different perspective. Definitely happened to me.
Yeah, we've just turned 27 as well within the last month, both of us. And I feel like you're going to be on to bigger and better things as time goes on. Obviously, we've got this together, and I do want to start changing things, so you actually might be right with that one.
You know, it could even just be this conversation that we're having.
And so far it is. Like, you're selling me on ShredFast so far.
I'm actually genuinely not even here to do that. This is the thing. There's loads of other functional programs out there. There's loads. Like, if you actually just study it now, if ShredFast isn't the route you wanted to go down, just still be functional. You know what I'm saying? Just still get that. But again, getting back onto kind of how I created it with the ShredFast. Sorry, we went off there, didn't we? I tried all these different training styles, and then CrossFit was one of them. And I'm not here to put CrossFit down in any way, shape or form, really not. But the barbell, the use of the barbell was just hurting me even more. like on the wrist, on the shoulders, on my knees. Like, I look at the form of the CrossFitters and I just think, again, just a car crash waiting to happen. The form is atrocious, and it's like they go through fatigue. They're in the trenches from like the first part of the workout, and they just sacrifice form immediately. Whereas that's not what we're about at ShredFast. It's a similar concept, but firstly, the kettlebells gives you much more motion and rotation, range of motion, and they're a lot safer than a barbell is. They really are. You're holding two things separately as opposed to one straight bar. You can turn the wrist over and keep it in a nice strong position, as opposed to holding it like this, where you see the CrossFitters holding like for a front squat. The wrist looks like it's about to snap. I don't believe your wrist should be in that position, and I definitely don't believe your wrist should be in that position with loaded weight of like 100 kg. Definitely not. I'm not here to say your wrist shouldn't be flexible, but it definitely shouldn't be holding 100 kg. You know what I'm saying? So as you start to get up in weight, it's just, again, longevity out the window with CrossFit. It's out the window. You are just there to go as hard as you can, blitz your body as much as you can, and in your later life, you're going to suffer for it. So ShredFast, with the use of the kettlebells, so much better on the joints, the ligaments, the tendons, the body just in general. They move in a totally different way. You've only got to do an overhead press with 2 kettlebells as opposed to a barbell. To know that, you're going to feel an impingement in your shoulder with the barbell, which you won't feel with the kettlebells. Squatting, you can keep perfect form because it's not, you're too worried about keeping your elbows up, keeping your wrist strong when you're doing a front squat with a barbell, as opposed to a rack kettlebell squat with the kettlebells. Much more comfortable. It feels right. The kettlebells sit into parts of your body and it just feels right. And until you do it, and until you do it consistently, you may not understand what I'm saying, but they fit. It just works. Kettlebells are what we are made to do, and I fully believe in that, and I'm just kettlebells till I die. I use dumbbells if I need to when I'm on holiday and stuff, and you can get a great ShredFast workout in with them, but it's nothing like you will with a ShredFast. And what I've found is 3 or 4 days into doing that, say you go on a 2-week holiday, 3 or 4 days into using the dumbbells, wrists start to hurt, elbows start to hurt, knees start to hurt, hips start to hurt.
Is that because with the dumbbells there's not enough rotation in it? So obviously with the kettlebells, when you're opening it up,
it's where the weight's transferred to. Yeah. So you're holding a dumbbell and it's either side.
Yeah.
It's very, where does a kettlebell sit? Yeah. Solid. It's just it's the shape of them. It's the feel of them. It's the design of them. I always recommend cast iron kettlebells to anyone out there now shooting to Aston and buying a pair of plastic ones. Don't be doing that. Just cast iron kettlebells is what you want. Hopefully we'll have our own branded ones in the near future. We're working on it. Until then, anyway, you type in on eBay cast iron kettlebells, you'll get a decent pair. You know what I mean? And that's what I'd always recommend, right from your beginning weight all the way through to lifting heavy. I'd recommend cast iron kettlebells. So again, just to finish the question, give you your answer. I tried all the different philosophies that you could possibly try. Started using kettlebells, studied it intensively for about 18 months. All the different techniques. Started off poor now when I look back at the videos, it was poor. But I stuck with it. Tried it on myself first, which I always do in anything in life. Never asked someone to do something I weren't willing to do myself. I then tried it on my clients at the time because I was PTing at the time. I then went away to Turkey in 2019. So I started doing this in about 2017-18. 2019, after about 2 years of testing, went away on holiday with my sister, Helen, auntie/sister. And I wrote up the methodology within that 10-day period in the sun, chilling there, like different environments, and I wrote it all up. And I said to Helen, this is going to change the world now. Like, watch when we go back home. We didn't even have anything going at the time. She was still working, doing nails, and I was on my ass, living in my ma's loft. So I said, this is going to change the world now. And then I created that methodology, went home, put pen to paper with a company who designed the website, got it up and running towards the end of 2019. I then went to Thailand, got beat up there for a month doing like MMA because I was fighting at the time for the Spire Gym. Big shout out to them, and shout out to Dean Garnett as well, who's the best coach I've ever worked with. I was fighting for them at the time. 2019, done that, came back, went to Wim Hof in the January. So within the 2-month period, I had the 2 most transformational journeys of my life. The month in Thailand was just unexplainable, and then the week with Wim Hof in Poland again. So I came back, redefined a few little things, injected a few new methods into the methodology, and then all by the grace of God, we went into lockdown, which was, I'd say, a tough time for everybody. But for me, pushed people towards training online, allowed me to build a subscription, allowed me to get to a point where I didn't then have to go back to work after the lockdown ended. Wasn't great money by any means, but it stopped me having to go to work. So I went and lived in my friends for 6 months in Brighton. He played for Brighton at the time, and just kept redefining it, kept just putting things together, reading books, and just connecting to myself, to my body, trialing different methods, and I got to really nail down what the ShredFast methodology was throughout that lockdown. Built the subscriptions up because there was nothing for anyone else to do other than staying online. And as I say, once lockdown ended, I was then able to say, right, pass my clients on to close friends, and I'm going to give this a proper go now. And that's what ShredFast is. It's a product of trial and error. Myself going through everything that I don't want the likes of yourself to go through. I'm here to tell people, like, stop doing that. Do this honestly. Like, this is the best way to do things. Just train functionally, train for longevity. Think about 10 years from now. Don't just think about 10 days from now or 10 weeks from now. You know what I mean? Holiday to Ibiza isn't the be all and end all to be looking good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, think about 10 years time and you're still going to look great in 10 weeks time. This is the thing. You get both. People think it's got to be one or the other. You get both. You look great at the time. And everyone who's a part of ShredFast is testimony to that. Look at the physiques on the people in the team. Look at the physiques of the people like yourself. Like, it works. So you get aesthetically in amazing shape. I think better shape than you do bodybuilding.
What's your biggest motivation?
Educating people. Just educating people. And helping people to make then their own decision. I'm not here to say do this, do that. Probably sounded like I was a little bit then. I'm saying don't do that, started saying. But I'm not here to just say, like, stop what you're doing and this is what you should be doing. I'm here to say that think about it. Think about things logically. Like, from my experience, and I'm not just talking from me. That'd be very selfish and very narcissistic. I'm not here to just say my experience. I've been a PT for 15 years beforehand. I've seen every single body type. I've worked with every single person who's had different mental struggles, mentally and physically, emotionally. I've seen people shattered, just like down on the ground. I've seen people up high. I've worked with poor people. I've worked with very, very wealthy people. I've seen everything, men, women, young, old, thick, thin. I've seen everyone, and I've understood what works. And what works is functional style training combined with some mental health implementations for creating good habits. So you must create good habits alongside any training protocol. You know what I'm saying?
What type of good habits would you say that people need to implement?
We've got 5 rules for life in ShredFast that I just swear by, and it's very, very simple and easy to stick to. The first is cold water therapy. So as soon as you get out of bed, I recommend a freezing cold shower for 1 minute and then a hot shower for the last minute, thermal cycling. Or you can simply just do a cold shower, 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, whatever you want to do. I prefer to finish on the hot. That's me personally. I like the transition.
Then when you say freezing and cold, you just mean same temperature anyway?
As cold as you can possibly go.
Yeah.
Like as cold as your tap will go. Can't get any colder than that. And I'm not here to start telling people to get ice baths in the morning. Not everyone's got an ice bath. Not everyone can be bothered making an ice bath. Get in a cold shower. More doable. Yeah. Freezing cold shower and then a hot shower to finish. And then another little cold shower just to close your pores if you want. That's number 1. Thermal cycling or cold water therapy, whatever one you want to do. Number 2 is affirmation and prayer. So I always urge people to, if you're not religious, then to speak some good, positive statements early in the morning to start to connect to the subconscious mind and to start to change those self-beliefs that you have if your self-beliefs are negative. So what you want to do is talk to yourself, read positive affirmations that you've written down, read some good content in a book. If you're religious, again, read a religious book. Or for me, I'm heavily religious and I just pray to God. I also do affirmations after that, but I pray to God first and foremost every single day after I've washed. So again, the first rule in terms of the cold water therapy, people underestimate the power of bathing, like washing themselves. Like there's an art to it. You know what I'm saying? There's an actual art to it. You should bathe in that water every single morning because there's something euphoric about it. There's something cleansing about it. There really is. You should never just be getting out of bed and putting a house coat on or nightgown, whatever you want to call it, and walking around in your slippers and
going from comfort to comfort.
Air sticking up in the air and everything. There's something that you should be getting up, making yourself look presentable and respectable, making yourself feel energized. Then go downstairs and then again proclaim your gratitude to a higher power, because there is one. Whatever anyone thinks, they think the world just popped out of nowhere. There's something bigger than us. You've got to be an idiot to think that there isn't. So proclaim gratitude to the higher power. Say thank you for what you've got. Give gratitude for what it is that you want. Speak into existence what it is that you want. Pray for your family, pray for your friends, pray for happiness, health, wealth, prosperity, peace of mind. Ask to be rid of all negative emotions, jealousy, envy, selfishness, cynicism. Ask to be rid of all this and replace with good. And then you want to go into a ShredFast workout, what I say, or a workout. Do you know what I mean? Just a workout, exercise. That's rule number 3. So you've got your cold water therapy, your affirmation prayer, and number 3 is a workout. Whatever that may be, I'd definitely urge you to do ShredFast. Number 4 is a walk in nature or a run. If you're someone who likes to run every day, which there's plenty of people who do. But the whole philosophy is anybody can. So I'm not here to say get out on a run every single day. It's not possible for some people. But walking is. You can walk around the block. You can. So anyone can. Obviously I'm saying anyone can. There's certain people who are in a position where they can't, but you know what I'm saying. Majority speaking. So walk is the next one, and preferably in nature, round trees, round water. Try and do that for a minimum of 4-5k a day. Get out on a walk. The reason I say 4-5k is because it's easy to say a shorter time, and it's more, you could probably stick to it better, but you don't get the same feeling. You've heard of the term runner's high.
Yeah.
It takes a certain amount of running to get runner's high. You don't just go for a run for 5 minutes and get back and say, I feel great. There's a certain level you're running, and then you start to get this runner's high. Anyone who's run will know what I'm talking about. Same with walking. First 10-15 minutes, sometimes you just really can't be bothered. It's raining and something just clicks. You start to feel different. You start to think different. Things start to make sense. You start to solve problems like a puzzle in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Things just start to happen with that longer walk. So I always like to go for a walk for at least 45 minutes, which is usually around 4 to 5k. And then the 5th one is self-reflection. So at the end of the night, asking yourself, have you leveled up in some way? Just constant self-reflection, self-analysis, do you know what I'm saying? Not just going to bed and going, oh yeah, boom, day's done. Take a second. How have I performed today? Is there something I should have done? Is there tasks that need to be done that I'm putting off? Do you know what I'm saying? Am I being the person that I want to be? Am I performing how I need to perform? Am I fulfilling my true potential? If the answer is no, then you set about a plan the next day, right? I'm going to do this, and then you've got to wake up the next day and do what you said you were going to do. If you continue to do those 5 rules for life, your life will change within a matter of 6 weeks. And then it's just all about consistency from there on out.
How come 6 weeks? Is that because that's the amount of time it takes to build up the habits or anything like that?
I think so. So 3 weeks, 21 days is an introduction into something.
Yeah.
And it's a great way you can start to really install a habit. But I guarantee you, if on day 22 you stop, you're going to feel back where you was, if not lower, by day 25. Whereas if you do 6 weeks, you're much more likely to sustain that habit for the rest of your life. So that's why we do 6-week subscriptions. That's why I think that's the sweet spot. 6 weeks, 3 months, and yearly. That's our subscription, because I feel like you need 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Our 21-day challenge is an introduction to our lifestyle. And then all that we do is re-emphasize and reinforce on the program thereafter. This is what we do every day. Nothing changes. On day 22 for us, nothing changes, bro. Nothing. Not the time I get up, not my daily routine, not the way I work out, not my character. Nothing changes, and it shouldn't. That's just an introduction. You should be doing this. This is what you need to do, and you have the best chance of fulfilling your true potential if you can install these habits. Again, not here to say you should be this person, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. But if you do these 5 habits, if you stick to this every single day, you'll be in a better mind state, you'll be in a better physical state to make the right decisions for you.
I was just say, like, everything that you do, it just sounds like there's always like science behind it as well. Like there's always something that can do that humans need, whether that's mentally or physically, whether that comes from research, that's in books, that comes from probably seminars or anything like that, TED Talks, wherever it is that you get your info from, it's always been implemented into ShredFast, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's definitely something that you're selling me on. I will say that, to say the least. But lad, you're doing like absolute madness, aren't you?
But
And
it's
great.
just constant education, as you just said. What's my motivation?
Yeah.
I think that's all we've got in this world, you know. It's passed down knowledge. Like, what else have we really got?
Yeah.
Think about it. What else do we have? We only do what we were taught to do. We only live. We only have moral standards because of what we're taught to believe and how it. So it's constant education. It's constant self-analysis of how does my spirit feel? How does my body feel? Never mind what you think of me. They think of it. It doesn't matter. How do I feel spiritually inside? You know what I'm saying? How does this style of training make me feel? How does this habit that I'm trying to install make me feel at the end of the day? Am I sleeping better or am I tossing and turning? All these things are indications of where you're at spiritually. And spiritually is all we've got. It's all we've got. You know what I'm saying? You can look great, as I said to you before, but do you feel great?
Yeah.
Because you can walk into a party, you can be pumped up and everyone, and you look fantastic, you look brilliant, thanks, yeah, boom. Drinking beer, all the endorphins are flowing, everything's good. Next day, where are you?
Fucking rock bottom.
You're in
because
fucking hell.
Tomorrow's
You're
happiness.
in hell with every demon that you've ever had clawing away into your brain. And so is that happiness, lad? Is that what people are aspiring to be? Is that where we're at? Is that happiness? Is that peace of mind? For me, no.
Yeah, so that's what me and Jay were talking about earlier on. We were talking about drinking alcohol because he's just done Glasgow, but done it completely sober.
Right.
And he was saying like how great it was, weren't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to go on a little bit more about that? Like just a bit more in depth of like what you were talking about, why it made you feel better?
I just felt a lot more present, in control. Like, you know, I've come away from the drinking and partying really. Well, obviously a party, but I was in a lot more control than I've ever been. Like, I weren't making a fool of myself. I weren't saying things that I don't mean. And I just felt strong because I'm one of those people, like, I like to do the opposite of what's normal. Because I see normal as it's dysfunctional. Do you know what I mean? So
100%, yeah.
that was
it's
the
good,
reason.
but again, no. Just it's important though. I feel personally, this is just my opinion. It's important not to paint a picture that like drinking alcohol is wrong, and I'm not here to say it's right. I'm definitely not condoning it. Drinking alcohol is wrong. Doing this is wrong. Partying is wrong. Like, we're in no position. I'm in no position to tell anyone how to live their life, and I know people who can do what we're talking about very responsibly. You know what I'm saying? I've got friends and family members who can have a drink and have a laugh, and they don't go OTT. They wake up the next day and they're not in hell. So I'm not here to say, don't do this, don't do that, you're bad for doing this, live like me, live like a monk. No, I'm not here to do any of that. I don't believe I have the right. I don't have the right, not that I don't believe. But what I'm here to say is, are you fulfilled with what you're doing? When you do that, when you do go out and party, are you fulfilled? At the time, I'm not talking about at the time. There's so many things which are bad for you, which you love. And there's so many things which you hate doing, but you know are good for you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? There's so many, that's usually the way things go. And I'm not talking about do you feel great at the time, because there's plenty of things that make you feel great at the time. I'm talking about on a daily basis, is how you're living your life, is just party on the weekend, is being happy for 6 hours a week what you would call fulfillment? Is that happiness, or is being happy 6 days of the week better?
You've got to think
afterwards,
as well.
after you partied and stayed sober, for example? Or are you the type of person who, you're in such a great spot, you can go out and you can enjoy yourself and you can crack on the next day? All power to you if you can do that. And that's what you choose to do, because you are you. And at the end of the day, only God can judge you. No one else can judge you. No one can tell you that's right or wrong. We all have our own beliefs. We all have our own belief system. But what I believe is that each to their own, live and let live. But just be sure that you're doing what's right for you, and you're not just going with the crowd. I'm staying in this weekend, you know. I'm gonna go for a nice walk. I want to get myself together. I want to start saying, "Oh, lad, come here, just blah blah." You're doing it for them then,
Yeah.
Because your internal dialogue, something's telling you need to sort yourself out. You need to stop it. What is that telling you? It's your soul. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you want to just keep not listening to your soul, then you're gonna. Is it called hedonism? Like where you're just constantly chasing hedonism or something, whatever it's called. I'm probably butchering it, but it's like you're just chasing something that you're not gonna get there. It's like chasing the dragon. It's constant, the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not gaining any fulfillment by it. And I just feel like, as I say, if everyone sat with themselves and just give themselves a quiet time and stop scrolling on TikTok, stop looking at Instagram, stop judging other people's lives. Again, it's a cliche saying, but you're basing your life on social media. You're basing your life on other people's highlights, aren't you? Because no one posts the down.
Yeah.
Everyone just posts the up. So you just scope them for up, 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 up. But that's not what their life is. The majority of people fall under the category which we just mentioned, which is 6 hours of happiness, 6 days of misery.
When was the last time then?
Because
you're talking about like the highlights, looking at other people's happiness, don't compare. Obviously, what you put on your Instagram, like everyone looks at it and goes, "Oh, it's inspirational and all that." Like Luke's the man, Luke's this. When was the last time like you had a bad day? When was the last time you had like a bad moment or a bad thought?
Like, probably a couple of days ago.
Yeah, but you don't put that up though, do you? It's one of them, isn't it?
Like, but no, I do speak about it. I do. I make sure that I do. I make sure that I do. Like when I do a little talk, I'll say, "Listen, what it is with me. I'm not there to come on and go. Just speak about my problems. I'm here to say I've got problems, but I've also got solutions.
Yeah.
Because to just come on and say a bunch of problems, use that helping. Definitely not helping me. It's definitely not helping you. You're gonna see it and go, I've got problems as well. Like, but who's it gonna help?
Yeah.
It's not gonna help no one. So there's a reason that I don't put just problems up. I'll put experiences I've had, and I'll explain how I've been low, and I'll say today I really didn't feel like doing it, but I did it anyway. Because I do it anyway. And yeah, these days that I feel down in the dumps, but so do you. So do you. We all feel down. So why am I special? Why am I going to come on there and say, poor me, poor me? Do you know what I'm saying? And I definitely don't sit there and just say every day is great. I just come on with positivity. Because I'd rather come on with positivity, speak positive, uplift people, so that if you are having a bad day, I can make your day a little bit better. I'm not there to promote, oh, isn't this bad, isn't that bad, aren't we all experiencing problems? I keep my problems to myself and I solve them. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll give me opinion or me advice on how I solved a certain problem once it's solved. Yeah. I'm not here to say I've got the biggest problem. Yeah, I've got to decide what to do and open that up to 250,000 people. There's a great saying, if you want to make the wrong decision, ask everyone. Because every single person will just tell you the different thing. They won't. Yeah. You will have, because you'll have your opinion based on your life experience. Then Tony will have his opinion. And it's like, why would I open up that? Why would I open up for people to give me advice who I don't know? I don't have to tell anyone my problems. I solve my problems. That's what we are by nature. We're problem solvers. Yeah. That's how we've evolved. That's how we survive. We solve a problem. We're hungry. We have to work out how we eat. How do we get food? You want money, you work out how do you make money. You're solving problems constantly. So for me, I just use my social media to inspire and motivate, and I'll never use it for anything else.
Because we were talking about solving problems there. Like, correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think I've brought this up in the past before, but men have obviously got the stigma that we don't talk. Men have got the stigma that we've got the worst mental health out of the women. Obviously, we've got like the highest suicide rates and that. With us being problem solvers, do you think, from everything that you've learned over your lifetime so far, that the reason why men have got more mental health problems is because we want to try and fix it? If we can't seem to fix our own problems in our heads, we don't want to ask other men for advice. So, for instance, an owl fella, like I always use my dad as this example. My dad wanted to build this, but I said, mate, Reese, his dad is doing stuff like this. I was like, no. I want to build it. It's my problem. I want to do it. If you've got a problem in your head as a man, you can't seem to fix it, you don't know what the issue is, that's going to get you down. But then you're not going to then talk to other one because you want to fix your own problem.
Right.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
I definitely see, but just define the question it is, or are you just saying that you have philosophy there, or you're asking me my opinion on it?
Just what you think.
So, I think you're right in what you're saying, yeah, because I think as a man, you have that natural instinct and obligation to want to help solve problems, not just for yourself, but for others, don't you?
Yeah.
One of my biggest dreams my entire life was to retire my mum. That's not a problem of mine. I've wanted to do that for her. Now that I've been blessed with an amazing fiance and 2 beautiful daughters, all I want to do is accelerate their life, give them the best life that they could ever have. So they're now my problem. Helen is my problem. Her son is my godson. He's my problem. My team are my problem. I think as a man, you try and take on other people's problems and you want to solve them. It's like a masculine trait, isn't it? It's something that's just in you. You just feel like you need to. I'll sort that for you. I'll help you do that. I'll do that with you. It's something that you have. And then it comes down to, should we tell everyone our problems, like you're just saying? So you might have a problem in your mind that you can't work out. And then you're saying that makes you depressed and makes you not want to kind of speak to anyone, and you'll hold on to that problem. What you got to ask yourself is, doesn't that then come down to your mental strength? And secondly, have you got a brotherhood? Have you got people you can rely on? So what I feel is, you're mentally weak. If you're mentally weak, and these problems, you can't solve these problems, and that gets you down. Because if you were mentally strong, you'd just be like, no, I'm going to work this out. I can do it. That's someone who's mentally strong, isn't it? Yeah. But someone who's mentally weak and someone who's mentally strong, and if they can't work a problem out, it's a weak. There's something in there that's not. It's not strengthened yet. It's not strong. It's not a bad thing. There's people out there who've never been taught these techniques and stuff. But what I'm saying is, it is the sign of a weak mental health, because a mentally strong person, it's in the definition of it. It's strong. You're strong-minded. You can decide, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to come up with a solution. Or if not, I'm going to ask someone to come up with, can you help me with this? So again, it boils down to 2 things, in my opinion. They're doing nothing to improve the mental health. So therefore, they're not training right, they're not eating right, they're not sleeping right, they're not socialising right, they're not taking walks, they're not disciplining themselves, they're not reading new information, they're not looking for the solution.
Yeah.
Right? Secondly, the brotherhood. But I only feel that comes if you can do the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, strong men are attracted to strong men.
Yeah.
So when a man is strong, you're like, right, they've got great models, I want to be like them.
Yeah.
That's what everyone thinks, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What I thought about Mark Scannell when I first met him. I want to be like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tony Bellew, I want to be like you.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor, even in his rise, I want to be like him.
Mm.
So
we look to the alpha.
You start to look to the alpha, exactly.
Yeah.
So when you're looking to the alpha, you want to be like them, then you have to get mentally strong. You have to build your physical body. You have to become an alpha in order for that alpha to go, yeah, let's go, you're in my team.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not prepared to do the work in order to strengthen, to improve your mental state, you can't expect to solve these problems, because it's like a child who just stopped developing.
Mm-hmm.
If they just stop developing, then they don't learn how to solve problems that are beyond their stage of development, do they? It's a constant progression. They're learning. Children are just willing to learn. They want to learn new words. They want to go new places. They want to try new things constantly. But when we get to a stage in our later life and we just stop wanting to develop, we just decide to, no, I'm happy, I'm comfortable now. I don't need to continue. Why do we get to that stage? Why do we get to that stage, more importantly, at the age of about 25? Within our literally in our elements, within our prime as a man at that age, 25 to 40, I would say, if you live right, you are in your prime, and we stop learning. So how can we expect to continuously solve problems economically, for one, if we're not learning about what's happening with money and what's happening with the economy? How can you progress with the times?
Yeah. Okay.
So you're not going to be able to work that problem out. So you're going to sit there scratching your head going, I've got no money, I can't work, what do we do? But you're not learning. YouTube what state our economy is in. Ask a friend, read a book, and then start to educate yourself. If you're starting to feel like your health's deteriorating again, and that could be a problem, so you're sitting there and you're loading in self-pity because you don't feel good physically, you feel bad, you maybe for the younger kids, you may be getting made fun of because you're out of shape. How can you solve that problem if you're not willing to look for the solution?
Do you reckon that's because we love comfort too much?
I think it's a number of different things. I think that the the internet and stuff and social media and stuff is sending all the wrong messages to people on a whole. And then I also think because now the fitness sector, which I'm in myself, is so diluted and what's the word for too much? Cramped.
It's just overpopulated.
Overpopulated,
yeah.
It's just
saturated.
It's saturated.
Yeah,
So
there
it's a
we go.
saturated market now that no one knows what to believe anymore. But
Yeah.
and they just ridicule the fitness industry as a whole. All these fitness influencers saying this, and you can't be heard anymore because they just brand you with the same brush. Idiot. A few people in there know what they're talking about. Albeit there's a lot of idiots, there's a few people in there know what they're talking about, and maybe you should try and listen to them. And the sad thing is that, again, it's because it's overpopulated, and you've got people who do a 6-week course and then come and try and tell you how to live your life, how to get fit, how to get strong, what to eat. It's being diluted, and these kids and the youth and even adults aren't hearing the right thing, aren't hearing the right information. They're not able to differentiate between the right information and the wrong information. But they're also got to take accountability ourselves and themselves, these people, because they're not trying enough different methods, trial and error. Try it and see how it works for 6 months or 6 weeks or whatever it may be. Try something new. You understand what I mean? So I think there's a number of different factors as to why we are becoming scared and fearful to step outside our comfort zone more and more as time's going on. But I do think it's down to misinformation for one. And secondly, it's the culture that we're kind of entering now. It's like,
what culture is that?
The culture of doing less and expecting more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That is, because like what you were saying before, Jay, it's the comfort zone, isn't it? And now doing less, expecting more. The world.
I'm just gonna get into crypto. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna start my online business. What does that even mean? What business? I hear people saying, honestly, we little godson Archie, what are you gonna be, a businessman? I said, kid, you need to. What business? He's going to be a part of ShredFast, but when I used to ask him, you say businessman, it's like, that's exactly the thing. It's like, but what? Because when I was a kid, I was just football. I'm going to be a footballer. Like, there's no other, that's such a, like, definitive answer, isn't it? What do you want to be? A footballer.
Yeah.
I want to be a professional footballer. That's a perfect answer. That's what I used to say to every single person who asked me when I was a kid. If you ask a kid now, how many of them say an answer, bro? How many of them can give you an answer now? And you know what a lot of them would say? A YouTuber.
That's what I was going to say.
Or a gamer.
Not even kids though. Even if you're asked an adult, they wouldn't know.
I think adults are still kids though, aren't they? Like in this world, none of them have really grown up.
But serious, like a gamer, when I say do less and expect more, like I say, you can sit in your room now and earn $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month from playing games.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Of course you like, but it's ridiculous. Like,
do you know if the guy or the woman playing the game was getting $5,000 a month and was an animal, then I'd be like, he needs to be seen more. Like, say he's in shape, he's eating the right food, but he's dedicating 6-7 hours a day to gaming, but then he's also reinvesting that money into other things and looking at longevity and promoting health and well-being and motivating it. All power to them. It's not specifically the game. It's the fact that the image of a gamer is a nerd sitting in his room, overweight, eating donuts and just gaming. 12 hours a day, 15 hours a day. That's like the image that you get, isn't it? So it's doing less and expecting more. And I feel like that's the culture. And if I was to just give one overall thing, I think that's the time we're entering. So that also then should motivate people. Because if we're entering a world where everyone's expecting more for less, that means we're living in a lazy world, a lazy society. There's no competition.
Who was
so
it?
why not go? Why not choose? Like, go and win. Go and win now, because you're not competing maybe as much as we once was. There's not many people who are prepared to work hard anymore. There's not many people who are prepared to go out on a limb, to take a risk. There's not as many people now, so you've got probably more of a chance of succeeding if you do.
Yeah, because I can't remember. I fucking come to me the name like at a random time during this podcast, but someone went, it's not like hard to be great anymore.
No.
It's not. It's too easy now to be great, but no one wants to be great because of the world that we live in. And it's always just shat with me like so much. Like, no one.
I think it still is hard to be great, but I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
I still think it's hard to be great because You've got to put so many hours into really being good at something.
Mm.
But what I'm saying is it's still a perfect time to be, even if you're not great, but you're trying something now, you're probably going to be better off than 90% of people. Because you're trying, because most people are just wanting to sit there now and have just seen their ass with things and they're just like, nah, I'm just going to do this and that's me.
Are you trying to be great for yourself?
Yeah, 100%, yeah. 100%. I'm trying to be great, yeah. Both from a selfish point of view and for my family, my friends, the community that we've built, the subscribers, the like the world in general. I'd love to get to a point where I could say I've affected X amount of people's lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like where I could say that really I've made a significant like impact to people. I'd love that. I absolutely love that. I think having goals and setting goals is one of the best things a human being can do to stay sane, to stay motivated, to stay disciplined, to stay content. You must set goals. You must set milestones. So, yeah, definitely. I'm on a path to greatness. That's exactly what I want. I want to be spoke about when I'm gone in a good way. And I've made a difference to this world. You know what I'm saying? In a positive way. You could just phone and tell a problem to you. Did they give you the solution, or did they just go, "Oh, yeah, it's bad, that isn't it?"
Yeah, and then the gossip turns into more gossip.
Isn't it? Oh no, you must feel terrible. Oh, I feel proper sorry if you don't know what to say. Both come off the phone and be like,
Still in the same
"Why
position.
phone them? Why would just phone them? Rather no. Like, can we get a little meeting on here? Because I'm struggling with this problem. Do you know what I mean, boys? I need into the group chat, which again is used for productivity and not gossip and slander. Boys, I need a chat here, struggling with this certain thing, you know, boom, we're all just on hand, yeah, go ahead. Sweet. We'll see you tomorrow, get a coffee tomorrow before we train, what's going on? And then you see him and then you sit there and you solve the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel if everyone could have this same, it all comes back to what you said before, where it's, you must create mental strength yourself. We're all accountable for ourselves, bro. We're not here to solve other people's problems.
We need to solve our own problems and then come together as strong
as a
men.
community. And women.
Yeah,
I'm talking just community generally. Just we're not here to be like, oh yeah, everyone should be like thinking, right, I've got to get this done myself. I don't need to just jump out and ask someone else for help. Because through you trying to solve that problem yourself, you learn so much about who you are and probably about the situation at hand. Instead of just turning around and going, can you help me with this? Like, as I say, it comes back to that. You want to make their own decision, ask everyone. Sometimes you've got to do these things on your own. You've got to get through those dark places on your own, because you'll come out the other side so much stronger. If you use someone too much and you lean on someone too much, well, what will happen is once you're out of that dark place and they go missing, then what? Because then they've become your rock. You should never be too reliant on anybody, in my opinion. You should always do things for yourself. And that's where there's a thing now, and you'll have people probably saying, bro, if they watch this back and saying that's not right, you should be able to speak to someone, and that's the problem. Because that's why people end up committing suicide and stuff like that, because they can't speak. But is it though? Is that the exact reason, because they can't speak, or is it because of a number of different things leading up to that? That, you know what I mean? We don't know where that person's mind's at, but one thing's for certain: if you can improve your mental state, mental strength, physical strength, emotional state through creating good habits, you're much less likely to do something like that. Do you know what I mean? And you'll become a master at solving problems, and you'll become a master of reading people as well, because I think that's a skill within itself. And as I'm saying to you there, instead of phoning people randomly off the cuff and asking, can you help me solve this problem, you'll learn to manage things just a little bit better and understand this person could be with the family or whatever. I just need to try and get my head straight. If I'm really like going kind of out of control here, of course, that's where you do phone someone. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're really having crazy thoughts and whatever, of course, phone someone. But that's a totally like separate conversation in itself. To reach that point, so much must have happened, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because through the learning and self-reflection of yourself, through reading books, through learning different techniques, through constantly challenging yourself and stepping outside your comfort zone, you learn that when these thoughts start racing, you learn how to stop them. I'm speaking from experience, because I know, because that used to be me. my mind used to go, like, I used to think the most darkest, depressing thoughts you could ever have when I had my mental breakdown. I was in the darkest place you could ever imagine. And it was only through a consistent effort of self-improvement that I learned how to deal with those, like, voices in my mind and those urges and those, like, snappy, uneducated and very, like, erratic thoughts. I learned how to stop them, like, slow it down, breathe. Even panic attacks, used to have panic attacks on a daily basis, 5, 6 panic attacks at one point, every single day. And only through myself. No one else could teach me anything, but I had to learn it myself. I had to study and learn how to handle it, what exactly it was. I look behind the science. What's going on here with my heart rate's going to 180, 190 when I'm sat on a couch? What's going on here? So I studied it, right? Okay, it's that. So it's not as dangerous as a first thought where I used to think I'm not dying here. I learned that it wasn't. I've learned that they're not too dangerous. If you can control them, they can lead to be dangerous, of course. But it's not what you think it is when you're sweating and all that. It's just it's a reaction. It's a panic attack. You're not dying the way you think you are. Educating yourself, reading books, then again connecting to God, praying to God, asking for guidance, asking for help, praying to that higher power. All these things, walking in nature instantly lowers your cortisol, allows you to regulate your breath. Walking by trees will regulate your breath. You have to go and do these and install these new habits in order to control those erratic thoughts. Do you understand what I mean? So you must do the work yourself, because that's why I don't rely on anyone for my own personal sanity and health and well-being. I must do the work myself.
Because at the end of the day, if everyone in the world left and it was just you've still got to do the work, haven't you?
And bro, let's be honest, you don't have to go that extreme with it, because what about just 3 o'clock in the morning and the night when you wake up? Is there anyone there to help you then?
No.
There's no one there to help you then, bro. And that's when you're going to have these thoughts. And that's why it's important that you become strong on your own and not with just the assistance of other people. Don't rely on no one or nothing. Get yourself to a point where you can wake up in the middle of the night, pitch black, on your own, in bed, and you have these thoughts and you say, no, I'm stronger than that. I'm in charge of my own thoughts. With God for me, nothing can be against me. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's why powerful statements, affirmations are so important.
Did you have to build like that over time, or was it just like a
100%.
natural?
Bro, 100%. Because what I'm talking about there, those 3 o'clock in the mornings, was like the scariest times of my life, bro.
How long ago was all that?
6 years ago.
Yeah.
5, 6 years ago.
And what was the issue like? Was you just not happy with yourself and what you were doing, or
a number of different things, bro? I was partying at the time. I'd split up with my girlfriend at the time, which is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I was living in my mum's. I had no money. I was mentally weak. I was training bodybuilding, so I was constantly trying to be bigger. I was overeating. I was stuffing my face with the wrong foods. My blood pressure was high. I was on like pre-workouts. You know what I'm saying? I was sleeping wrong, partying wrong, just everything. Just all like, and it's just enough strain on something, bro. It's gonna break, isn't it? So I broke.
do you remember like the turning point, the change, like the day you were like, nah, this is not where I'm going anymore?
I was that close to losing it.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, when you know,
I
was that close to losing it, bro.
For anyone that doesn't know what that close to losing
just
it was,
woke up and just, I could not think straight. Like my mind was going bonkers. And I just couldn't control myself, and I was panicking, and panic attack after panic attack, and just didn't know what to do with myself. Like, I was just on the brink. And then I didn't go mad. All praise be to God. And the next day I was like, no, like, that's just it. That is just it. Like, it's got to be. I've got to do something now. And then I just set about on this specific course of action.
What was your first step then in your change?
Reading The Secret. Read The Secret to just try and make myself feel better. I used to sit there in the car having full-blown panic attacks, just saying I feel amazing. I do. You know what I mean? Just losing the plot. And just talking to myself, positive affirmation, positive reinforcement constantly. Looking into my diet, how I was eating, how I was training. So many, you can go so deep with this and we haven't got time in this, but you know, even the way you sleep in your bed, the way your bed directs, you know that has an effect. on your mental health. You know that?
I've heard like
So
something
it's
about
the
it.
draw of the gravitational pull towards the centre of the earth or something. Sorry again if I'm butchering it.
Yeah.
All of these things make a difference. So what happens is if you're sleeping the wrong way, the blood will like rush to the head. So you should sleep the opposite way. Do you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Now, I'm just using that as an example of how deep you can go into all these things. Like, you've got to look at your whole life, everything. If you're sleeping bad, you need to look into sleep. How do I sleep better? You know what I mean? What things can I do that are going to give me the best chance of having a good night's sleep? My body doesn't feel good. What's the best style of training I can do to make myself feel young again, to make myself feel youthful and vibrant? You know what I mean? If I'm eating the wrong food, you may have high blood pressure. You may have, don't know, you may any type of disease, skin, acne, anything like this. Even if you're a youth, you need to look into what you're eating, what's going to give you the best chance of cleaning these diseases in the body up. Do you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you've got to look at your life as a whole, and you've got to then study and analyse those different sectors of your life and go to work on that. So again, for me, it was just like reading The Secret. I needed to get my mind thinking neutral first because I was so low. You know what I'm saying? So if you had the scale and 10's pure euphoria, I was at a 1, rising to a 3 max in the day, and then waking up at a minus 2, 3, and then dragging myself up to a 3 maybe max. Do you know what I'm saying? It was just in between minuses and 3, honestly, for about 4 years. And then I just had to pull myself out of that. So mine was just, I had to get me mental. Like, that was the most important thing to me. I need to get mentally straight here. I need to think positive thoughts, because all I can do is think negative here. Couldn't string a positive thought together. Couldn't do it. Think one positive thought and a million negative. One positive, that's how like sporadic the positive thought was, and a little bit of happiness and a little bit of laughter. And I mean, I had a little bit of money, but it was just, wasn't living life right. Just wasn't doing the right things. I wasn't doing what I wasn't doing anything that to feed me soul. It was all ego driven. Everything was ego. You know what I mean? It was just all tangible products and things that I wanted. Yeah, I feel good for that. That's just bollocks, man. And then it just come to a head, as I say. So my course of action was reading The Secret, getting myself to feel happy, even though I didn't feel happy. Looking in the mirror, telling myself I feel happy, praying to God a lot, sorting my diet out, winning my girlfriend back, just all these things, you know what I mean? Just had to just set about being a better person. Went on many ups and downs throughout those years. That was at a young age that it started. So when you asked and I said 6 years ago was about when it started to stop.
Okay.
So it was probably about 9 years ago that I started to have the breakdown, and it just gradually increased and got bigger and more intense. Do you know what I'm saying? So I went through it for about 3 years.
And like you said before, 27's that age where you seem to change in 6 years.
27.
27 for you.
27, 28, even like 29. It was just around that time, but something significant happened in my 27th year. That put me on a good path. Loads of things have happened in my life that have knocked me on course when I was going so far off course, but then you slowly veer off again, don't you? And then boom, back on course, and then slowly veer off again. The last one when I was 27, I kind of stayed on the track since about then, you know what I mean? 27, 28, and not perfect, bro, still to this day. You make mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm here to say me shit don't stink, lad. But like, I'm in a 100 million times better spot than I was back in them times. And as I say, it was started off with mentally getting myself together, then changing my training, changing my nutrition, changing my circles that I associated with, changing my aspirations. You know what I'm saying? And then, as I say, just learning and educating them. And it was all, I did everything myself. That's one thing I can honestly say. I didn't have help from anybody. But I mean nobody.
You built up that mental fortitude, that hardship, everything.
Every single thing that I stand for now, I do myself. Everything.
How does that make you feel?
Like extremely proud, which again leads back to probably my main purpose in life, to feel proud of myself, to have people feel proud of me, God, family, friends. I feel proud of myself. You know what I mean? That is what it is. I've had people along the way who've who've helped me in certain ways, bro, but I would never have met them people if I wasn't the one doing the work.
Yeah.
I was the one who approached them. I was the one who put myself in them circles. I was the one who done what I really didn't want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Just to give an example there, because it's very, like, obviously, it's just a bit, like, flippant. Like, with Mark Scanlon, when I met him, first thing he said, he's like, do you want to, can you fight? I was like, not really, I've never done it. He's like, do you want to spar tomorrow? Didn't want to do it, but I did it, and then I did it every single week for about 18 months. I sparred every Thursday with him, got my head punched in. No, but really, lad, so I can say, yeah, like, I owe Mark a lot. Mark, honestly, is like an older brother to me. He genuinely is. But it was me who done the work, lad. I showed up every single day. He wasn't at my bed saying, get up, lad, come on. At my door, knocking, come on. Get out of bed, pulling me. I done the work. So that's why I feel proud of myself. I didn't tell him my problems. Best believe I didn't tell Mark, oh, this is me. My mind's always fucked, I'm depressed. And I didn't tell him nothing. I just showed up every day and got my head punched in. And because I knew it would make him feel proud of me, and then I'd feel proud of myself, and then it was a domino effect for the rest of my life. Do you understand what I mean? And then through him, I met other powerful masculine men who showed me how to act, showed me what morals I should have, showed me how to present myself. Do you know what I'm saying? Showed me different styles of training. They had money, that I wanted money. I seen that they had the life and a family together, and I wanted my life and my family together. And I was just around more and more people who I could aspire to be like through that. But I done the work. And I don't expect anyone to ever do the work for me. And that's why dues paid is my philosophy. I paid my dues, and I continue to pay my dues now. Everything's going good. Sorry, everything's going good, but you still get in every single day. You pay your dues. You don't take your foot off the gas. Because as soon as you do, you start to back down to where you was.
Yeah, because I feel like having that right circle is the most important thing. Now, you may think differently or may think it's second, but I just think having that circle, like we speak about it as well from time to time, having them people around you, the positive people, the motivational people, the people that have got that discipline, the people that are going to push you.
How do you get that circle, in your opinion?
Becoming the best version of yourself.
And how do you become the best version of yourself?
By putting the work in every day.
So it's just all loops down to hard work, self-accountability. You can't just say, I feel bad, I'm going to go to heal. And I'm just going to just sit and heal and feel better. No, you go to heal. You put yourself out your comfort zone, that's the first step, but then you do the work out. You know what I mean? You do the work. You get yourself in shape. You start to speak to people. You start to educate yourself, and like it's not just going somewhere and saying, yeah, I'm in a good environment, why don't I feel any better? These people in the environment won't really take you very serious unless you're coming with something that they feel, that energy that they feel. This guy is different. This lady's different. They're bringing something to the table, yeah. You're not bringing nothing to the table. You can be in the best circle in the world. You'll just be at the table. Be at the circle.
I always remember when Chris Williamson, when he had done his podcast with David Goggins, and he was talking about the accolades that you build, looking in the mirror, and like them accolades, them self-achievements and all that, and that's where like you respect yourself, knowing that everything that you've done, you can just add that one more thing to your wall.
100%.
Just keep adding it, and then when you come to talk to someone or you go to talk to yourself, you look back or you can look at yourself at that moment in time, and then you can just be like, no, I done that. I went to heal for the first time, and then I went and done a class the week after, and then I went and done 2 classes the week after. Then the week after, I went and got my head punched in by Mark Scannell, but it was good. And then I started the podcast, and then I went on that run. And it's just everything that you add. It just goes, I've just done that.
100%,
I've done that last week. You know, I'm going to go and do that next week. My plan ahead is what I'm going to do, and obviously you keep adding and adding and adding.
100%.
Compound effect, innit?
Yeah, the compound effect is real, man. It's a great thing when you start to build that consistency with something, and then you look back and you're like, wow, you don't realise how far you've come sometimes until you look back. You know what I mean? You're like, wow, we're doing all right, yeah. You know what I mean? It's a great feeling, as I say, to feel proud of your actions. It is the best. And people just underestimate these small things that you could be doing every single day that not make you feel proud. You do the exact opposite. They make you feel dirty. They make you feel sad and embarrassed of yourself, never mind proud. And people underestimate what compound effect that has in a negative aspect. Continually doing things that you're not proud of.
Yeah.
That compounds as well.
Yeah, because my thing at the minute, this week, don't shout at me for this. So like this week our school's been offsteaded, so it's been more all hands on deck. So the focus has been on work. Now for me, I'm not too bothered about my job. I'm the TA and I'm gonna be off soon, but I love being in the environment, so that's why I love being there. But my thing as of late has been waking up at 6, getting up early before the missus, doing my stretching, doing like some brain work, and then just getting ready for the day. And all that, and just doing them little things sets me up for the day. I feel more energetic going to work. I feel like a better person, more ready for the day. But if I have a little bit of a later night, I'll go, I'll have an extra half an hour in bed. Or I'll wake up at 7 because I've got plenty of time to get ready for work, get out the door.
Yeah.
And I feel like shit.
Lack of discipline.
Yeah, and I just like, I thought, oh, it's discipline.
Yeah, it's lack of discipline.
And like, I beat myself up over it. But I could do it again the next day. And I was like,
there's a great John you said about Chris Williamson before. I seen on this podcast a great like a quote saying, I don't know what it'll fall under. He says, if you've got 2 wolves, one's in the light, one's in the dark, what one grows?
In the light.
He says the one you feed.
Yeah.
It's a nada.
Yeah.
Just the one you feed.
Oh, okay.
One could be in the light, one could be in the dark. You don't feed it, one dies, so it's the one you feed. So you're feeding the light or you're feeding the one in the dark. You know what I'm saying? And that is the compound effect.
Yeah.
It's the one you feed. Because if you continue to feed your good habits, the bad ones will slowly dwindle away by default. Do you understand what I mean?
Is
if you're feeding the bad habits, the dark in you will slowly compound and the light will fall away.
Yeah, it's because you're just working away from them, aren't you? That's all what you're doing there.
It's the yin and yang. All these things, religion, like yin and yang, Buddha, all these different, they all teach like balance, don't they? And they all teach about how it's a scale, and whatever one is tipping in the heavier diet, like whatever one's got the most weight on, you will feel.
Do you feel like, so it could be a broad question, and there might be numerous answers to this. This is just an open question for either one of you. Life can be hard, like, you know, it can come with its hardship and all that, and you do have to solve the problems. But do you feel like life is just so simple? Like, just do these things, and that's it. You don't have to complicate it. Yeah. Like what you were saying, wake up,
definitely
gratitude, cold therapy,
definitely
go and do a workout, go and walk in nature. We try and complicate everything too much.
Basics are king.
Yeah, and I don't understand why people, like I've been there myself, but I don't understand why people complicate.
Because we get bored.
You reckon?
That's that. I can speak for myself, yeah. Because even doing what you've just said, it only works for me because I make sure that I travel every, say, 8 weeks or something like that. I have to. We've all got a vice, and you also can't just do what you're saying every single day.
No,
you can't. And the sooner people realise that, the better, because there's no point going 12 weeks and then go on a 6 weeks self-sabotage, which you will do if you don't learn what your vice is, come up with a healthier alternative, and make sure that you are breaking the mold, breaking the cycle in some way. And it's not just monotonous, constant, because that's not life. We need some excitement. We need some adrenaline. We need something to give us a little bit of fear. But if we're just getting up every day in gratitude, and praying, eating food, going for a walk and going to bed, we do that for long enough, we're going to start to feel like we need something, yeah. We need something. Because no longer are we in the days where saber-toothed tigers chasing you. You get that crazy adrenaline and you get that dump after it. But at least you've had something. At least you felt something different. So we must do that, which I love. For me, ShredFast is like an experience every single time you do it. You literally, I've seen your video after it. That's not just a workout. You're coming out and going, oh my God. When did you do that in a normal workout? You don't come out and go like, I can't believe that was and like in here, people will sit there and talk for half an hour. Like, how heavy was that? Went to a dark place there. So I get my massive adrenaline spike from that. But then, because I've been doing that so consistently now, I love to travel. I love to go on an aeroplane and break the mold and go somewhere totally different and experience people brand new to me, like just speak with someone who've never spoke to before in my life and walk in a place I've never walked before in my life, and do you know what I'm saying? And train in a different environment and take a risk with a business and all these things. So if you're on a new path now and you are doing what we've just spoke about and creating these new habits, understand that you still need something to be chasing towards. So you still need to be, as well as doing all this, this is only to help you become the best version of yourself to do X.
Yeah.
What is that X? What is your purpose? Because without your purpose, there's going to be no risk reward factor, and you need that risk, you need that fear, that unsettling fear in your stomach to get you up every day. You can't just be in a state of comfort, but making yourself uncomfortable with what you spoke about, workouts and stuff. There has to be something a bit bigger. You have to be aspiring for something that's a bit bigger than a workout, that's a bit bigger than affirmation and walking. You have to be doing that for a reason.
What if it was a bit bigger than yourself?
Well, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anything that we're attaining to try and do is bigger than we are, because we're trying to, for me, with what I'm doing, I'm trying to create something that's going to be here when I'm dead. So it is bigger than me.
No. Because I think that's one thing I haven't found yet. As much as I probably talk the talk from what these know for years of knowing me, and like everything I try and do, I don't think I know what my purpose is yet. And
you'll probably find out this year.
Yeah, 27, I probably will. It
could be your podcast though, isn't it?
It is, but I feel like this is all, like you were saying before, this is like the tip of the iceberg. This is the start. Like, I know what I want to do.
Then you're on your journey then.
Yeah. Like, I know what I want to do with my life, but is that my purpose? And I don't think I've narrowed or nailed down, I should say, what that actually is. About goals, I know what I want to do, but what do I want to leave behind?
Do you think everyone in the world has a purpose?
No. None.
I don't mean know the purpose. I mean have a purpose. Do you believe all 8 billion
Everyone
people,
has their part to play, in a sense.
Do you believe all 8 billion people have a purpose, a role? Or do you believe that some people are here to do and others are here to do different, fit into different roles and different sectors? What's your philosophy on just life generally in that sense?
Never thought about it too deep, to be honest. Anything like that. I'll just openly say I'm not as educated as you two. Like, I admire the way you two are. Like, the stuff that you've learned, the books that you've read. I'm just like, that's just the start for me. Like, I'm doing kind of like the chimp management.
It's like there's got to be winners and losers, hasn't he?
Yeah. Like, I don't feel like everyone can be on the same level. Everyone can be on the same playing field.
If there has to be winners and losers, what straw do the losers get dealt? Like, what's, you know, it's a difficult one because it goes beyond purpose, is my point I'm trying to make. You may not, your purpose in life, you may not have a specific purpose. Like, my purpose is to kind of educate and to create something in ShredFast, a legacy, a way of life, a way of training that will live on and help people for generations to come, God willing. That's my purpose. I don't believe everyone needs a purpose, but everyone's got a role to play. Yeah. You could, for example, be in competition with someone and all your life's work is for this, but you lose to someone. But this person, you challenge this person so much in your pursuit to win that they elevated to heights that they never would have gone to without you as their competition. Then that person then changes the world. You've helped that person do that. That significant change or whatever that person may have done by default of you competing with them, you've aided towards them being great and remembered forever. And you may not be remembered, but best believe you've had your part to play.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So I believe people fall into them roles too. Because I like to analyse every single situation and every single different character. Because especially within my organisation, I love to study. I sit there sometimes and just look at my team and just think, I wonder where they fit into this cog. Because we're all in it for a reason, and every single person's role is just as important as the others.
That reminds me, if you ever heard how Cristiano Ronaldo got scouted at Sporting? So he was in the academy, and it was to get scouted for Sporting, sorry. Right. and he was in this team with this lad, and the other lad was the better footballer. But because Ronaldo was so competitive and he wanted to be the best, obviously, as we know, he played that well to outperform his mate that he got chosen on the day. But overall, the other lad was the better footballer. But because, as you were saying, that he played that role of allowing Ronaldo to work and work and work, that he was
100%.
able to overtake.
100%.
No one knows who this fella is.
Yeah.
Well, people will, but I don't know the
But
name
he's
of him.
aided towards
Yeah,
us being
but
gifted one of the best players of all time.
Yeah. And it's like, it is mad. I've never thought about it that deep ever. Like, everyone's got a role to play. Like, I feel like everyone that you come across has got a purpose in your life, and they'll write a part in your book before you close that chapter and move on.
Not everyone can win, so to speak, but you can win at life.
Yeah.
Everyone can win at life, and it comes down to God, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because the real winner is the person who keeps faith throughout anything and everything.
What makes God so important to yourself? It might be a broad question.
Yeah, no, it's not really. It's quite simple, because I grew up. My nan is very religious. I grew up in my nan's household. She's like a very strict Catholic. She's like a saint. Honestly, she's the most amazing woman I've ever met in my life, and her beliefs just kind of stuck with me from being a child. I used to have to go to church every single week. I say have to, because you didn't want to when you was a kid, did you? The last thing you wanted to do, but she made me go, and then my mum made me go right up until the age of about 14 when I was a kid, and then obviously I went on being a youth, didn't go anymore. But throughout those years leading up to that, I just installed a real strong belief to God. I remember praying to God from when I can remember, on my own back, not in church, just me.
Do you feel like religion's something that everyone should be into? Because there's part of me.
I find it absolutely. I don't even know the word for it. I don't understand. I can't comprehend how someone cannot be religious. How someone can... Religious, not even so, because I understand if someone doesn't agree with religions. I do understand that, although I have mine, but to not believe in God, I don't understand. I don't understand on any level.
Yeah.
There's no one that's ever said an answer to me and I've gone, yeah, I get what you mean, but I just don't understand, because the only go-to is, well, where did God come from, isn't it? It's just a false, that's a false narrative within itself. That doesn't stand for anything. We can't answer that question, so let's just talk as logically as we can. And how could anything be created? Everything's got a beginning and an end. Everything. Something starts. Something has to be created by something. So the whole universe can't just appear. Something started this. Do you know what I mean? Something sparked this. What was that?
Yeah. But some people will say the Big Bang, won't they? So the scientific part.
Where did the Big Bang come from?
Yeah, that's the thing.
You can just go too deep into it, bro. Where did the Big Bang come from? Where did it says matter and something collided? What? Where were they colliding?
Yeah.
It's too much for us to comprehend, and this will be another point I get to. All of these hallucinogenics, ayahuasca, doing all this and all that, don't agree with it at all on any level, because we're trying to break through and understand something that we're not designed to understand on Earth. And I'd urge everyone to stop searching.
Yeah.
Because you're messing with the most powerful force. You cannot comprehend what God is. You can't comprehend where things come from. You can't comprehend what death is, what comes after, what came before. We cannot comprehend that, because we've got a logical way of thinking.
Yeah.
Right? These people who are searching for this meaning are messing with fire. Seriously playing with fire, in my opinion. And they need to stop. That's just my honest opinion. I'd urge anyone to just stop. Like, find a connection to God, whatever God that may be. Doesn't even have to be labelled. Find a connection to the higher power. Show true, honest faith in that higher power. Ask for guidance. And be a good person. Do it every single day. And what will be, will be. When the day of judgment comes, we'll see then. When we cross over, when we do die, we'll see. Because it's one thing that's certain for us all, isn't it? It's death.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand why you wouldn't believe in God. Because you're going to die.
Yeah.
So why would you even like let's put it like, so my belief in God, and I'll be completely honest and open, and God himself, my belief in God doesn't come through the fear of death, or what if there isn't a God, for example, or what if there is a God, I want to make sure to believe him just in case there is. That's not where my belief comes from, so I want to just make that very clear. Mine comes through faith and through me nan and my family and the amazing family that I was brought up with. That's where mine comes from. If you didn't have that, if you was just a really, you could have had the craziest life, the maddest things could have happened to you, you could have had experienced the worst trauma that we can't even relate to. Why would you choose to not believe in God if you know it's a certainty that you're going to die? And if you didn't believe in him, there's a potential that you could end up, for example, in hell or in limbo because you didn't choose to believe in him. So you end up with nothingness. So if something's dead certain, death, why do people choose not to believe? Or not to even give something a chance, not to even like delve into it spiritually, maybe pray, maybe sit there and contemplate, maybe visit a place where it's known that has a gravitational pull spiritually or something like that. These, you know what I mean? Look into a religion, look into that religion, this religion, study a few, see if any feels right to you. But there's atheists who just, no, don't, as if that I believe in that, I don't believe in that. There's no God, there's this, that. You say all these things and it's like, so where does what holds your morals intact if you don't believe in God?
I feel like you don't have any.
How can you? So do you believe in God?
It's not that I don't believe, I just haven't like went to it. But I also don't sit there and go, oh no, it's definitely science. Like I'm just smack bang in the middle.
What's science though? This is what's funny. I love this conversation, you know, and I'm not even I absolutely love this conversation. So it's science, we'll say.
Yeah.
But what's science? Where did science come from? Like what's science? What is it? It's people putting bits of information together over the course of time, yeah? Saying, well, this happened and that happened, and if you throw a rock up, it falls this, and it happens this many times, and it's all like numbers. And then it's like kind of quantified and it's calculated and this. So it's humans, isn't it?
Yeah.
Science is humans. So we've been here for X amount of time, and then humans have all started to congregate and you go, right, let's try and work out what's going on here. But the bigger powers just sitting here, just like none of you can comprehend. You're trying to work something out, but you're seeing a picture where it goes from like Earth into space and then into a galaxy, and it's how can you think that we've even like got a prick, like even a grain of sand in the Sahara Desert isn't what we know about this universe? So how can we relate anything to science? Because at some level it just stops and we're like, we've got no idea where that came from. So science is never going to be the answer, but faith, I believe, is just having that faith is just going to give you peace of mind, at least on earth. And my belief's so strong that I won't even sit here and contemplate the idea of it, God not being real. It's not right on any level for me to sit here and do that. I would never do that because my love for God is so strong. If someone is to think that way though, that's not a nice thought. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's not a nice thought. No. To think God isn't real. How does that make you feel? So these atheists, God isn't real. Okay, so you say that. So let me ask. So how does that actually feel then? So when we die, and then what? So
at the minute, go ahead. So I am the atheist at the minute because I've never dived into it.
Yeah.
I've never dived into science. I've never dived into the religion. I've always just done. To me, I don't know, just die. And like as sad, depressing, awful an answer that could be, or just nothing of an answer. Yeah, I've never deeped it too much. Like I'm one of them.
So do you think everything's coincidental?
I don't know. Like it's like I've never thought about it. Like it's maybe I get back to you and I'll give you both a message later on tonight. But I've never sat there and deeply. Like I've always just everything that I care about, everything I love is all around me, and I'll try and love for it. I'll try and protect it, and that. I never think too much into the future. I never think too much into the past. anymore. I think about the now, how can I affect now? But when it comes like the level of, all right, so what happens after death? And that, I don't even try and think about that anymore, because death, the idea of death used to really like scare me big time. And like I used to sit up at night thinking like, I'm gonna be dead one day.
So did everyone, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to
Yeah,
put
no,
down,
it's just
because I've
normal
said the
thing.
exact same thing that you've just said.
Yeah.
And what you come to realise is so is everybody, even if you don't admit it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that fear, we have that fear, right? And that's the reason that we don't look into the future too much, and that we don't look into the past. I don't really believe there's no point really looking into the past too much. Definitely not. I agree with that. The future, we shouldn't look forward too much and think, I can't wait for this, can't wait for that. We do need to be present. That's essential. But we do need to also think of the future, because it's one way that we're headed.
Yeah.
So for me, that's every child experiences what you've just said, and that fear of death. And do you want me to tell you now, I make my little daughters pray to God every single night, and my daughter sleeps like a baby. And I remember even like maybe at like 4 or 5 when I first started to gain consciousness. Little girl's only 2, but I remember that fear I used to have of going to sleep. I didn't want to go to sleep. I didn't want to be on my own in the dark. I had this crazy fear, and I'm going to make sure that that's not the case for my little girl, and I'm going to do that through the faith, the faith that I install in her. So I'm going to make her, it's so apparent to her that God is great, that she will sleep peaceful at night, and it will give her a better life in the present moment. She will live a better life on earth with the faith of God strongly in her body, strongly in her heart.
And she'll be a better person too.
She will 100% be a better person, because she'll be doing something with a bigger purpose. And I completely appreciate what you're saying there, you know, when you think you just die, and like, because biologically, like, everything would just stop. But they say, science, energy can't be destroyed. That's a scientific fact. Do you agree? That's what they say. So if you've got that Costa Cup, how do you make that nothing?
Can't make it nothing.
So why, if you can't make the Costa Cup nothing, that can't think, hasn't got a heartbeat, hasn't got a thought process, hasn't got a spirit, hasn't got emotions, why do you think you can become nothing? But no, serious though.
Stupid,
but I mean, no. But why? But if that's the case, but why would you think that you could just go from this, all of these feelings, emotions, the connection to God, all these synergies that happen, all these amazing relationships that you have? How could that just go to nothing? If the only way that most people's answer to that is burn it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I thought. That's what I just cremate it.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, what happens when you burn something?
It just turns to ash.
Still shut. Oh,
yeah. And what happens to the thing that goes to the gas? And then that gas goes into the oxygen, and then the oxygen goes into
everything's still
the ash goes into the floor. The floor then grows grass. The cows eat the grass. The lions eat the antelope, or the cows.
Everything's just in a constant cycle.
The lion then dies and disintegrates into the ground. The cows, and again, then eat it, and everything's like, energy is just constantly moving. Nothing's destroyed once it's created.
Yeah.
And another thing is, where were we before we were born? Where were we before we were born? So before our mums was born, because this is again where it comes back to God. God gives you life. The science to say like sperm count and all this, and you've 1 in a billion chances of being born and all this, but I just believe God gives each person life. Once you're created, you go through different stages of different a different experience. But there has to be something after this, I believe. You know what I mean?
How do you feel you could get closer to God? Because like, I was an atheist, and then about 2-3 years ago, I started like, you know, I've read a bit of the Bible, and like I pray every single day, every morning I wake up, I pray, but I still have them moments of doubt. Do you know what I mean? So,
100%. The strength to God, I do it through like choosing a religion. I chose Islam. So I read the Quran. I'm listening to the Quran at the minute. But I don't believe that. Not here to preach for any religion whatsoever. I love the conversation of God generally. Choosing a religion and then studying that religion, as you say, the Bible definitely brings you a stronger connection to God. Definitely, you know what I mean? Because you're reading a book that, and you're listening. Sorry, you're reading or listening to things people have said, things that apparently God has said, and stuff like that, and you're educating yourself on exactly that, God. like in these books, there's nothing about anything else. There's nothing like, it's no how to make money or how to do that. It's just purely how to live in accordance to God, like your moral standard, you know what I'm saying? And what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, how you should treat people, how other people should treat you, times that you should pray, how you should pray and stuff like this. So when you immerse yourself in a religious book, I feel like that'll bring your connection closer. But again, I never ever push. I just love the conversation of, like if people believe or they don't, I'm definitely not here to push religion on people and stuff. Like not like at all. I just believe everyone should have a belief in God.
Yeah.
That's just what I believe.
How
I've believed that my whole life. You know.
How come you chose Islam? Because you said you then grew up as a
Christian. So like grew up Catholic, but the discipline aspect I loved of Islam, how you pray 5 times a day and the fasting that you have to do, and it just fit with me. I had a friend, Leif, who I'd done a little bit of boxing with and sparring, and when we'd have conversations after it, we go for coffee and stuff. It just really interested me. He was born a Muslim, and it just interested me. And then even when I used to watch the fighters in the UFC and stuff, and I'd watch their backgrounds and like look into how they lived, like Dagestan and like Khabib and stuff, and it just interested me. And the brotherhood they had was just so special, all together, and they'd stand on each other no matter what. And it just, something about it drew to me like an interest. So I just started to look into it more, and yeah, it's the one that fits me best. But again, I just believe definitely young children just to believe in God. That's all that I would wish for them to just have faith in something, because it'll make them a better person. It'll make them act better. It'll make the character better. It'll honestly, it does. I feel like it purifies your body. Just that belief just purifies your mind.
Yeah, this is going to be a deep question, and if you don't want an answer or anything, say now we'll move on. You know what you were saying earlier on, that you never had a father figure, and you want to make people proud. Yeah. Do you think God plays that role for yourself?
Yeah, 100%. Like 100%. Yeah. God is he is the ultimate father, isn't he? He's like, that's, to me, that is what I'm just trying to do. Like, I want that acknowledgement that I'm never going to get when we're on this earth, which is why I can never take my foot off the gas, because I'm never going to get that message from God and go, well done, lad. You know what I mean? You made it. I'll never get it. So that's why I don't think I'll ever take my foot off the gas, because I know that what you've just said, that analogy, is exactly who I am and what my life is I want to make God proud. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
You put God first. Put God first.
100%, and it's not easy to do. Yeah. It's really not easy to do. And again, I'm not here to say I don't make mistakes, and it's like, I'm on a path, I'm on a journey, I'm doing my very, very best to be the best person I can possibly be. I've made massive changes in my life so far, in accordance to what I believe, and I'll continue to do that as time goes on. As a young man, it was something that I always had the belief, but in early life, I'd only pray when times were hard. Now I pray more than I ever have, and my life couldn't be better. Oh, praise be to God. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I know I'm on a good path. I'm in a good place with it, because the better things are getting, the more I want to pray, the deeper I want to delve into God. You understand what I mean? So again, definitely on some type of it's definitely like a concept in my mind of like, God is my father figure. Yeah. That is who I'm essentially trying to make proud. Yeah. That's what I do everything for. You know what I mean?
Thanks for understanding the question. No, I didn't know if you might have took it the wrong way.
Not at all, bro. There's nothing that you could say that would take the wrong way, because I think the best trait you can have in life is being open-minded. For someone to ask you the question, it's a question. They're asking you because they want to know your answer on something. I just think nothing would ever ephemerate that. Definitely not with it, honestly. Again, no, it's not just God as well. I think for me, not having a dad somehow made me want to provide for the women in my life. I don't really know the psychology behind that, but like, Helen, I'll tell you, like, I just always used to say, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to buy you this. I'm going to do that. going to get this for us. I'm going to take us here. I'm going to me nan, to Helen, to me mum. Now, and I'm doing what I said I was going to do, if I'm honest again, which loops around to feeling proud. My little sister works for me. Helen works, I say for me. My little sister works with me. Helen works with me. My mum is semi-retired, be retiring at the end of this year. My nan, we go on holiday, taking nan on holidays, and everyone, all the women in my life who were promised to, and my girlfriend, I give her the life that she deserves now, and she can have, go and do anything she wants to do, and I will make sure that that's their reality, and my daughters for the rest of their life, because that was all I used to envision. You know, when I was a kid, bro, that's all I'd think about, was I'd travel to places and just put my earphones in and just visualise looking after people, and it was just looking after me girls. It was looking after me nan and my mum and Helen at the time. This is even before my little sister was born. My little sister was born when I was 10 or 11. And then even when I was 10 or 11, it'd be my little sister again. She'd just come into the picture. Can't wait to do this. I'm going to do that for you. We'll be travelling the world together. You'll be working with me. I used to say all this to Maisie. Maisie would be a good person to get on the podcast, actually. I want you to do that for me.
Okay.
Get my little sister on. So she, then you've got Helen, me, and then so it's like the 3 generations. That would be good, that. But she like I told her everything I was going to do, and my little sister and my mum, I used to just tell her I'm going to do this. I used to think it was going to be through football. But obviously it's worked out the way it's worked out. But that was something that I became obsessed with, that at a very, very young age. With a very young age, honestly. Since I can remember, I thought those thoughts. Do you understand?
Do you reckon you'll ever get the answer that you probably may think of? Might not even be looking for it, but just it might pop in your head now and then. Why you want to just provide all the time, especially for women? Because you said before,
I don't know if why. Do you think there is an answer, or do you think that is, as you spoke about before, like a kind of like a masculine instinct?
I think it's a masculine instinct.
You know what I
It
mean?
makes you feel more like a man, doesn't it?
Maybe it's magnified because I didn't have that masculine person. Just like, it's okay, I've got your back. Like all the traumas I experienced as a young man, I had to go through on my own. Where if you had a dad, at the time of the things that I went through, your dad would die on the sword for you. Like, he would never let the things that happened to me happen to me.
Yeah.
If you had a father in your life, so not having that just made me like overly protective of the people close to me. Do you understand what I mean? And just by chance, I've not grew up with any brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've got one half brother on my dad's side, but I don't know him. We've met once or twice. And my dad passed away 2 years ago, so he was at the funeral and stuff, but I've never had men in my life as I was growing up really that much, so I never felt the need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had a little brother, I'd probably feel the same about brothers, but it's translated over through now, where the likes of the young lads at in my team, we've got like, there's a load of them now. You got Joe, Harrison, Carl, Lee, Jack, Ryan, Ryad, Leif, they're all younger than me in the team, and I do feel very protective, and like I am my younger brothers. I would do anything for them, like absolutely anything, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So I think not having a father just installed a protective instinct in me.
Yeah, because my answer to that was going to be, and it's probably like a therapist answer or whatever, give you some counselling now, lad. But I think it's because you never had it that you feel like everyone else should have it from yourself. Yeah. Because going through, I don't know if it might have been a pain or something for you, like that suffering or whatever as a child. Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Where's my father? But then you get other people under your wing. 100%. Like, obviously, like Archie, your godson, he's going to be under your wing, even though he has got his own father, but you feel that responsibility to any other young man that comes into your life. 100%. Get here, lads, arm round them, arm round the neck, whatever it is, and just guidance now.
Exactly, That's exactly how I feel. Definitely. Obviously, like, get a bit emotional when I speak about that now, because obviously, when my dad didn't know my dad really, so I only met him a few times, like, not even probably 10 times the whole way through his life. He was in and out, just like years at a time. So when I used to say things like, I wouldn't care if my dad died. I used to actually say that when I was growing up, when I was 19, 20, 21. And when it comes to him dying, I realised that your father is a part of you. Spiritually, you don't realise, but they are you. When he died, I was heartbroken. Like, I felt my heart. Like, something happened.
Was you close, like, towards the end of
No,
this?
I wouldn't say close still, but I spent 6-7 weeks with him every single day by his deathbed. Went in to see him every single day. I was there. He looked dead in my eyes the second he died. Around his bed, his family looked at me and then died. Like, it was a mad connection that we built in those last 6 weeks. He gave me a lot of advice and guidance in those last 6 weeks as well, and told me all the home truths and what he wished he'd done, what he wished he'd never done, what he wished he hadn't done. So I learned a lot from him in those last stages of his life. Do you know what I mean? But I thought, like, I wouldn't care until it comes to it, and you're like, no.
Because at the end of the day,
he's your dad, lad.
Yeah, he's your dad, isn't he? He's just that one person in the world that's going to be biologically your father.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And without him, I wouldn't be here. And so, like, it's. I'm now not indebted to him. I'm on a mission to help him right his wrongs through me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to do as much good as I can on this earth to help him.
Do you feel like you have to do that, or do you want to do that?
Want
to do that.
But I think he needs it too.
Yeah.
From how he lived his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He needs some good deeds from me to throw in his basket.
It's not a bad lad to have, usually.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So that's just another little accountability thing. So again, just boils down to and circles back to what we're talking about. It's that what drives me the most isn't self-fulfillment so much. It's more wanting. I don't think there's anything better than being around people who you're helping help themselves. Do you know what I mean? When, do you know, if you know you've had a part to play in someone's mind, like switching in the perspective, switching and they're elevating, and you're watching them grow and prosper, it's just like, it's like your child. So again, with like Joe and all the lads I've just mentioned, I see them come into the team and then just grow into just absolute, like, I can't describe, they're just amazing people. And the girls also. I done a post today about the girls just before I came. The team, I just watched them grow and prosper, and it's not because of me or just because of me, but I have a part to play, and that gives me such fulfillment. I just have a part to play.
Is it because the work that you're putting in, you know that it's paying off? Doesn't matter how much of a role you're playing in it, but you know, like, the foundations that you put in. It's
more so because I know the product. I know that ShredFast as a tangible thing, as a product, works. Because everyone who touches it turns to gold.
Yeah,
they do. So I know that what I've created has got so much power within it. Like, it's undescribable. So much power within it. That's why it can't be replicated. It cannot be replicated. People can try and copy it. People can use the methods. It doesn't work. Because it's the intentions. This whole world's based on intentions, bro. If I say to you, you look great there today, but I really think you look like shit, you'll feel that on some level. I could be the best liar in the world, but it's intention. I say, lad, you look brilliant. You really do, man. Like, you're like, you know what I mean? I made up this podcast going well for you. Those words, the vibration of those words will hit you different. So because it's our product, it's our team, it's our community, it's a combination of 30, 40 people's intention that this is all they care about, is ShredFast. Every single one of us only cares about this one product. And that's hard to find. That much people putting some energy into something that's just vibrating with this ball of energy that anyone who comes and be a part of feels that energy straight away.
Do you reckon that's why it's as big as it is? Because the energy you're putting in is like the energy you're getting back from the subscribers, and like,
exactly that.
You know,
I call it synergy, like when I say on the sessions, don't I? Feel the synergy. User working out, but user just as important. This is what I say before about roles. Just because someone leads or creates something means on no level they're the most important in this cog. They probably become the least important. Because in the end, I could step away and it'd still be gone, wouldn't it? Because of the likes of yourself. So I'm probably the least important, but I created it. So everyone's just got their own role to play. Everyone within the ShredFast team now is on a level playing field, and we all pay our dues together, dripping with sweat on the mat side by side every day. You know what I mean? I'm not like, yeah, you need to do this, but I'm going to go and chill and do this. It's just like we all help each other.
Where do you think ShredFast would be if you didn't have the team? So it was just you.
Back where it was in lockdown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How'd you deal with
Probably
negative comments?
On what? Social media?
We spoke about this a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
actually, because we got given shit. And we were like, oh, do you know what? When Luke comes on, we're going to ask him, how do you deal with, like, social media hate? People giving shit, no matter what.
I haven't. So the TikTok, I only have TikTok on my phone.
Yeah.
I've got someone running that for me, so I don't even. Apparently, I get loads of hate on that, like I get stick on that, like, but I don't care at all.
Pay no mind.
So then, honestly, I don't care. Like, and then in terms of Instagram, I just call them a loser with a full stop. Anyone if he says, just say loser, because they are the real losers of this world, lad. To comment on a social media post, you're a loser. Like, there's absolutely no way around that. You're a loser, lad. So there's not really. I literally have a laugh on that. I only comment a loser to like maybe 1 out of 50 because I don't really see them. But I just if they say something, I just say loser. Do you know what I mean? Like someone just put like steroids. Loser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can sit here now and I'd like to think that I've expressed how much I love God, and I can say now, God is my witness. I've never touched a PED in my life, ever, and that's why I know ShredFast works even more. Because a lot of these people out here are actually using PEDs, and can you really get the true like essence of a product, a fitness product, if you've enhanced that product? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never enhanced the product. I've used the methods that are in ShredFast consistently now for 4 years on myself, and I feel and look the way I do.
Yeah.
With no enhancements whatsoever.
What weight are you on with the kettlebells now then?
32s. I can get out a good solid
Like
session
that,
with 32s.
Like work that, lad. Get me them 10s again and I'll be sweating.
No, yeah, 32s at the minute. But 28 solid. I can get a solid session in. 32s is a struggle, but I can do 32s. What are you on yourself?
So I've been in Australia last year. In Australia I was on 24s, but I've gone back down to 20 since I've been back. So
solid, though. Really good weight.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, like really good weight. I still use 24s, using 24s this week, just gone. 24s, 28s, 32s. Cycle between them, do you know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong, I can't get as many reps out on the 24s, but I can, like, the workouts are just still that brutal, like, even 2-3 reps,
16s.
like, what?
You could do 16s and get a great workout, and that's the beauty of it, and that's why we say anybody can. That's brilliant weight though, bro, honestly, like, that shows that you've being consistent, because you can't just pick 24s off Brown Town, you know yourself.
Yeah, no, there's
Little
no
10
way.
fellas over
like,
there.
Did they feel like difficult for you though, the 10s? Like,
Yeah,
because
like,
you lift heavy weight in the gym, but like when you started doing the 10s with the kettlebells, did that feel like
it was completely different? Because I know, for instance, like my cardio's shite. It always has been, but that's because I've never worked on it, so it's going to stay shite until I do. But even when I was doing like the overhead presses with them, I know I was tired, the room was hot, but even I was like, for fuck's sake.
It's just because the combination of everything, though, as you just said, like your heart rate's up, you haven't had enough rest for what you're normally used to. It's just that constant, you're just fatigue. But the beauty of it, bro, is when you stick at it, when you stick at ShredFast, honestly, it's crazy. Because if you do a year or two, and then you go insane with your average Joe, I swear to you, it's just, you see. And I don't even say average Joe, sorry. That's that's not what I mean at all. When you go insane with someone who you once thought was like fit and strong, and like say one of your friends, you must have that one friend who's always like bantering with the ego, I can do more than you, I can do this, I can do that. You go away and you work at ShredFast and come back a year later and you will absolutely blow anybody out the water in any physical activity you do. I swear, like, lad, I'm talking.
I want to be more athletic, so I am leaning more towards ShredFast as time goes on. I just enjoy my training.
I'm giving you the 12-month subscription free.
Yeah.
So it's a disrespect to me if he doesn't use it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I need to get them.
Do it, lad.
And I'm going to buy you a set of kettlebells, in fact. So I'm getting a set of kettlebells for in the house and a free subscription for the year. So
smashed it.
I want to see. I want to see the transformation in a year.
You've got to do it, lad.
We'll do our next podcast. What date are we on?
13th of July.
Right, 13th of July, 2025. I want to do a podcast for you, and then we'll see. Yeah.
Good shout.
I'll be walking in with me
Both
10
of you,
tellies.
I saw both of you. We'll get it sorted after this.
See, yeah, because this is the only thing I think that has put me off ShredFast, and now the guy that we need to speak to is sitting on that couch there. So, my frame, obviously, I'm a big lad. I want to fill out my frame. I don't like the size of my legs, and some people might go, "Oh, you've got good size legs." I'm not happy with them. I want stronger legs. I want more firm, but also want the body as well. I want a good frame. I think a ShredFast is something as like that's going to get me lean, that's going to get me functional, and it's going to get me strong. But is it going to give me the size? Now, saw a post that you put up, and one was where you were leaner. It's like this was my weightlifting, my bodybuilding phase, and then you put one of your ShredFast up, and you were much bigger. How? Now it's probably so simple. I'm just going to eat more food and carry on doing what I'm doing. But is that literally it?
Yeah. So it's that. It's making sure you are eating. You're eating a lot of food, a lot of steak, a lot of solid, hitting your protein every single day, and your carbs. You can play around with, and I'm never too stick with carbs, but just nice clean eating, plenty of protein. Yeah. Obviously making sure you're sleeping correct, and then it's all about consistently creeping up in weight. Because once you start lifting 24s, 28s, 32s, you will build serious size.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, lad, you can't throw 28 kilogram kettlebells about and not get bigger. Can't. It's too much like effort and strain required. You're just breaking down that muscle tissue, bro. I'm telling you now, bro. It's once and you'll only get to them weights through consistency, which we spoke about before.
Yeah.
So there's no cheat, there's no shortcut in ShredFast. There's no walk under a 70 kilo bar and lift it up an inch. Say you've done a squat. There's no half measures. There's no half squats, half press ups, half presses. It's all full range of motion, full extension. You know what I'm saying? You do things right and you gradually get stronger over a prolonged period of time, which gives you the gap. And in this gap, it allows you to grow at a sensible rate. You know what I'm saying? Because as I say, so you're in the gym, you've done 100 kilos the week before. It's like, right, so I'm going to go for 110 today. And all you've got to do is slide the kettlebell on. A plate on. Get under that bar and then try and do it. Probably fail. You've got your mate there pulling it off. Where's the accountability?
There's absolutely no accountability at all because you've got someone there who's going to be able to help you lift that weight, even if it's not successful.
This is what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that style of training hasn't got a place there, because obviously not every single time you're going to go in and try and get your PB. But what I'm saying is with the kettlebells, they just hold you accountable from start to finish. No one spots you on a kettlebell. No one like helps someone get a clean up. You know what I mean?
I helped them in Helen's class.
I wish they did. Like,
you know what I'm saying? He might show you the technique I'm talking. No one's behind you going, "Whoa, one more, two more," spotting you up on it. It's none of that, lad. You just you push yourself or you fail. We call it the quit zone. You enter the quit zone every single session, and then we see what you've got. I love training by someone. In business, with my business philosophy now, whenever someone wants to come into business with me, I train with them. And I learn every single thing I need to know about them during that 1 hour ShredFast session side by side. I'll know every single thing about them. Swear.
Also, I was thinking of it, I'm going to be training with you soon for an hour, and you're going to get to know like the inside out of me.
I will, though. I get to know when it's not that.
I am.
Bro, it will reveal everything to you.
Yeah. But
it will.
What reveals, though? Like, what comes out?
If you push yourself.
Emotions, heart rate being high, sweat's coming. Do you panic? Are you willing to, like, suffer? Do you take a risk? Do you do what you really don't want to do? How quickly do you get up? Do you feel sorry for yourself? Do you throw the towel in early doors? If you do, say you spew up, do you get back and put in even more? Like, it reveals everything. It will tell me everything.
Call me a bitch then, I'll tell you that now.
What
was I like then? So from your just humble, honest opinion from my first ever ShredFast lesson, what was I like?
In the heel?
When we and you done it next to each other.
It was my first one, so I was just more focused on what I was doing.
Flat.
I was. So I went looking at you thinking.
Right, I'm gonna like again just be like dead like brutally honest here. This might be a bit harsh.
That's fine.
You've just said there you'd think I was a pussy if you watched me train. But in this conversation just alone, you've told me that you need to work on your cardio. but you don't, and you haven't.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You've told me that, like, you don't think, like, you know what your life purpose is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So straight away, there's already two things there, which are kind of...
I'm proving myself in a negative way, yeah. Just hit me with it. I can take it.
You need to get
You're
that,
a
like...
loser.
I need to hear this shit from people.
You just need to get like a backbone. You need to get like a bit of aggression and just like, nah, I'm gonna go for it. Like, I'm gonna absolutely smash this. Even like you said, podcast. Yeah, what about the podcast? Yeah, there was no like, yeah, I'm gonna smash this podcast. You just went, well, yeah, but this is just even the tip of the iceberg. It didn't even feel like you were just playing it down in a way that, you know, there's more to give. It felt like you were just playing it down. Just like, I don't know whether it's probably just a little hobby or something. I'd love to see you go, switch up. This is what I want to do. I'm going to get this.
You need that fire in you, lad.
Yeah, I want bigger legs. Get bigger legs. Get bigger legs. Want to be fitter and stronger?
Get fitter
and stronger. Want to have the best podcast in the world? Put in the hours. Get a thing that doesn't go off.
Spend dough on that as well.
Sometimes it goes off and that. He says, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Don't say here. So obviously you're saying there you think I was a pussy, so that means that you're probably quick quite a bit in it and you'd be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And by the sounds of things, you're at the stage of your life where you are a little 1 foot in, you can't get to second base with 1 foot on first ball. You need to commit.
Yeah, because I know.
Oh, that's gone off again, you know.
Which?
I'm only messing.
Love that.
Like, I know I'm so chilled and laid back, so I probably never take things too seriously.
Because you don't believe in God?
Oh,
it is. It's because you don't believe in God, so you think, it's all good, man. I'll just flow through life. It's all good. There's not really no consequences. I'll be a good person. You are a nice person. I can feel the energy from you. You're a great person. You can feel that. But where's that accountability? Yeah, where's that dog in your butt? Where's that soldier? You know what I mean? Where's that, like, just that fearless animal? Like, just go and take everything that you want from this life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and do it morally. Do it correct. But we just die at the end, what would be the point? I'd be laid back if I didn't believe in God. I'd be laid back, I'd be chilling. When you die, that's it, like, feet up.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean anything. I don't care if I miss that. I don't really care if I'm not fit or strong, because you all end up in the ground anyway. It's a cop-out. Not like you, I'm not speaking to you specifically. I believe that it's a cop-out in general. To think that everything just ends, I believe, is a coping mechanism. People think religion's a coping mechanism. Believing in God helps you cope while you're on earth. I believe the opposite. I believe not believing in God helps you feel okay being lazy. That's what I think. That's honestly what I think, and that's why I encourage young people to believe in God, to give them that urgency, to know that they're doing this for something bigger than themselves.
Yeah.
Because if they don't have that motivation every single morning, bro, then it's very easy to go, not today. Maybe it has to be. You know what I mean? It's raining. Woke up 10 minutes late. Can't be asked. I'm just gonna get up and have a shit breakfast. You know what I mean? I'll just plodder through the day and I'll go again tomorrow or Monday or whatever. But with God comes a little bit more agency, a little bit more meaning, stuff like that. I just feel personally, do you know what I'm saying? So, again, I think I do believe, honestly, I believe, just from speaking to you, you are on the brink of something that is going to show you who you are. Everything. I feel like you're going to have a transformational breakthrough very soon. I do.
And I hope so.
I feel like this podcast obviously is the start, because you're going to be speaking to people who are going to make you think, and then you're going to, like, do things that, like, you may have not done. And I just believe that, yeah, you're on a path where you're gonna get a lot of answers this year, I think.
Because I'm starting to now surround myself with the right people.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to find, like, that it might not be the circle, but I'm putting my foot into the right people. So you're onto Mark Waldron. Yeah. So I've started going to the Move networking.
Yeah, now Mark's a really good guy, man.
So I've started doing that. There's a lad, I don't know, you probably won't know him. We've been on the radio with Callum Bold. He's a crack.
I know Callum.
Do you know Callum? Yeah. I was with him this morning, like, to pick them up, drop them off, and that, like, surrounding myself around him, talking to yourself.
I used to train Callum.
Did you?
About 10, 12 years ago, yeah.
Well, he said today that he's followed you for about 10 years, and he went, the boss thing about Luke is that he's still the exact same fella as he was 10 years ago.
Didn't he say he used to say no?
No?
Yeah, he only done probably about 8 sessions with me or something like that in this gym by the Costco, by MMA Academy. Little grotty gym that I started off as. That's where I met Callum. Great lad, Callum.
Yeah,
good lad.
So but like I said, he's another one. Just like added to that little circle of people to talk to. Jay's one of them. Like you might not have seen it today, but he's got a lot of wisdom. Yeah. You've been quite quiet today, I don't know why.
I can feel it from both of you, man. Yeah. Like, I really can.
And I don't know what it is. I always tell myself, I'm it. I'm the man. I'm the guy. And then obviously, like I speak to someone like yourself, and then I'm like, been lying to myself for this period of time.
No, I get what you're saying, but this is the beauty is, bro, is we're all doing that. I met with a business guy who we're doing a bit of business with in the coming months. He's the same age as me, and he's light years ahead of me. And it was massively humbling, do you know what I mean? It's like, okay. I was talking to him, and then I was like, how old are you? 33. I was like light years ahead of me. But that doesn't make me shy away. That motivates me like so much. It was late like, is he that far ahead of me? While at the same time, this is what's important, that at the same time, I swear to you, you can have the feeling of wanting what someone's got while still wanting, like, being happy for their win. You can. You can. Because that's what I've had my entire life, because I've grew up around where I didn't make it in football and all my friends made it. I'd watch them be on 100 grand a week and 70 grand a week and stuff like that and live this crazy life, and I was just there with not a pot to piss in, and I was so happy for them. If you could have seen every time they'd score a goal or every time they'd get a move and stuff, I would celebrate like it was me. Do you know what I mean? That's why my friends, the people I'm speaking about, will always confide in me, because I've always rooted for them to win. Them. Like, I love them winning. At the same time, I always wanted what they had. I wanted that life. So this guy literally always went away from it thinking, I want that. Like, he is at a stage where he's just so relaxed and he's got everything sorted. He's dead efficient. Everything's on point. And I was like, I want that, but I am so happy for him. And I said to him, bro, you are the man. Like, well done. Like, honestly, big respect. We're the same age, and you've done all this. Hats off to you. And I could not be happier for him. And I celebrate his win, and I tell people about him all the time. He's the man, I want to follow anyone, follow him. And like, he's, the only reason I'm not saying who it is, because I'd love to give him props, is because the business deal isn't done yet. Yeah. So that'll be revealed in a few weeks, because I never like to put something out there until it's set. So I wouldn't, if I said his name, everyone would know. But he's the man. He's the man, and we're all in similar boat to what you're saying there, where you might speak to someone and think, I haven't got my shit together half as much as I think I did. We're all in that same boat, bro, because there's always someone better than you. There's always someone further ahead. That's the great thing about life. I take motivation in that. I take motivation. And I always think, if I'm speaking to someone who I think that about, I think, wasn't here, man, he's been put on my path for a reason. I'm talking to these because that's where I want to be. I think it's a coincidence that now I'm sat there with them, talking to them, having a coffee. You know what I mean? I've attracted that, and you've attracted it, so that you can better yourself.
Yeah, I could say it. I do want to better myself. Like I said, I want to surround myself with them right people. And obviously, like, speaking to yourself, speaking to Mark, Carl, Jay, Helen, they're like the people I've started off with, and I want to just grow and grow and grow from there. But if you were to give me advice, say starting from today, like, fuck the end of the week, starting from today, like, what would you advise me to do? Because, like, personally, go to a job that I enjoy. I work out. I'm doing, like we were talking before, like, I'm doing 75 hard. So that's like my accountability to get back into it now. Like, I've got to do these things. I'll read, do like my morning stretches, try and spend time with my girlfriend as much as I can. So obviously that doesn't be detrimental towards the relationship. Try and do not trying, but we're doing well with the podcast. I'm thinking about further business ideas of what I can do with the brand. I've already thought, like, big with it. in terms of like warehouses and everything. I've already got all these ideas in. Like, I just keep saying to myself, don't have enough money. Now, what you were saying before, you can go and learn about the economy and go and make more money. But I'm just like, I'm paying off debts every month, and by the time it comes to the 2nd of the month, I'm like, where's all my dough? I've got no money whatsoever. I can't even go to the shop and buy a fucking Freddo. That's what it's like. Yeah. But that's like the life that I'm living, and I'm constantly trying to just be as positive as I can and do everything that I can throughout it. So, for instance, I stopped going to the Move networking because I couldn't go to Press Bros after it and get something. But in my head, I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm still going to go to the networking, meet people, make connections, and just take a bottle of water with me so I can still get up and go.
Wouldn't you be more careful with your money?
At the minute, I just can't, because as stupid as it sounds, education doesn't pay off that much, which is, it is what it is. Like, our wages aren't that great. So by the time I give money towards the house, pay off, which I'm still paying for this, and I'm trying to just clear debts so they're just gone. By the time it comes around to that, nothing. That's it.
Then you might have to change what you're doing.
There's the thing. I know I can. I know I should. But I love the job, and I've got a purpose for it for one more year that will satisfy me for life. And I find that as a bigger love for it than a year of a bit of extra dough.
But you're answering all you're answering your own question. I don't feel that anyone can give someone advice the way a lot of people say, what would your advice be to me? None of that matters unless your mindset changes. So one thing I've noticed with yourself is you say, I want and I will. It should be like, I am. Do you know what I mean? You need to, not just speech though. I'm saying like, don't say I will and I want, and I like say like I am, because a lot of the things that you just said you are doing. You know what I mean? Like you need to, like, it's like, I want to better myself, but you are bettering yourself because you're doing a podcast where you're interviewing people, and at least you're doing something. You're like making some progress, so you are bettering yourself. You go there. How many times did you train this week?
Twice. Well, I'm training once a day, and then the other one is I'm getting out for a walk, and that's all my girlfriend can take part.
This whole week, how many times have you trained this past 7 days?
Since last Saturday, every day.
So there you go then.
Yeah.
So you are then, like, you're training every day. You're making yourself better. You just need to turn up the intensity. I don't know why I've said so many times this podcast, but I don't normally say that. But you need to turn up the intensity on what you're already currently doing and do things better and more efficiently. You need to drop the bodybuilding and do ShredFast. You need to get a thing that works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you've got no money, so you can't.
Yeah.
So you need to do a few more podcasts with a broken thing. You've got to go through, because I had to do my workout with a broken iPhone at first.
Yeah.
Pump them out. And I always say, great saying, if you work with what you've got, eventually you'll have everything you need. So you need to just look around you and assess what you've got and think, right, what have I got right here, right now, that I can do? So how much does your gym membership cost?
$25 a month.
Is that for
JD? JD allows me then to go to the other ones, then if needs be.
Yeah, so but even there, and then you got to drive there and stuff like that, haven't you? Drive back and forth. So what would you say estimate that costs you a month to go to the gym? 25 plus what in petrol?
Not too much, to be fair. It's a fucking 4-minute drive. So, yeah, so it's a small amount, but it's still an
even
amount.
Time efficiency and stuff like that. So if you accumulate, if you can go get yourself a set of kettlebells and work out from home, like in the garden or there, like somewhere, boom, get up, get it done, change your training up, save yourself time, then you could come straight in here and start pushing out content where even you're just speaking to the camera. You don't need guests. Why not just start putting out 30 minutes once or twice a week of you just discussing things, discussing matters, Q&As, getting better at speaking to the camera and just thinking of new ideas, studying the podcast world, studying what you could be doing better, studying lighting, investing in different styles of equipment, if and so when you get the money to, etc. Looking at funding. Can you get funding for this? Can you I don't know, there's so many hours to be spent in the day where you can look at what you're currently doing and just fine tune it slightly. That would just be my advice, because I can sit here and say, yeah, you need to get up, get a cold shower, do this, do that, but that's what, as I said before, that's not what you want to hear or you need to hear. I don't think anyone out there needs to hear that. You need to hear that. You need to want to change first. You need to be like at the wit's end and just like, no, like I was when I was having those breakdown. Just like, no, I'm done. That was the only time I changed, because so many times before that I knew I needed to change, just as you're saying. I knew that things weren't going well, but until shit hit the fan, I continued to do it. Sometimes you need a crisis to just go boom, which has probably happened to you this year. Hopefully it's not as dramatic as mine was, or as most people's is. But sometimes with the people I've spoke to, it's just a simple transition. You just see things different and go, wow, I've been asleep all my life here. See things different. But you've got to just want to change. You've got to get to a point where you're like, I need something different. Like, I'm really not happy with how things currently are. And when you get to that stage, it's like a desperation mode. You need to go into desperation mode. You need to stop being so laid back and saying I'm laid back and acting laid back, and do the exact opposite of what laid back people do. And have agency and understand that time is of the essence, bro. And you haven't got time. You're 27 before you know it, you're going to be 30, and then where are you when you're 30? As a man, you need to be on your way by the time you're 30.
Yeah, because that's one thing.
You need to be doing something. You need to have a bit of direction. You need to be doing something, because that's where you can potentially use yourself 30 to 40. So even if you're older than that now, you've got to start getting to work. Like, because even if someone might be sitting there now going, well, I'm 40 and I still haven't, then act even more urgent. Because they'll use that as an excuse to say, I've gone past it. It's gone. I didn't do it when I was 30, that's it. I'm just going to sit and self-load again for the rest of my life now. Have more agency then if you're 50, 60, whatever age you are. There's no reason that you can sit there and go, oh no, yeah, I should have got my act together when I was 30, so now I'm not going to order more fish and chips. I'm going to sit here and do absolutely nothing. Like, there's always, the time is of the essence, the time is now. You just have to decide what it is that you want. Design your life. Sit there and write your life. Start to finish. What house do you want to live in? What car do you want to drive? What girlfriend do you want to have? What children do you want to have? How many children do you want to have? Where do you want to live? What businesses do you want to have? How much money do you want to have? What holidays do you want to go on? Do you want a holiday home? What colour is your car going to even be? All of these things, if you can really sit there and write a perfect description, that'll just get you up in the morning each day.
It gives you that drive, doesn't it? It gives you that. It gives you something to focus on, to be able to get up and go for it, instead of just getting up and I'm going to get something today. But what is that something?
As I said at the minute, what I feel like or like when I said before, it doesn't matter how hard you're rowing if you're rowing in the wrong direction. I don't think you've got a direction. So I think every day you get up and you row as hard as you can that way, and then you wake up the next day and you could be going the opposite way. You're going to the right, then you're going to the left, and you're going to be doing this or going round in circles because you don't actually know exactly what you want, or you may do. You may just be too scared to commit. You may know what you want. I don't know. But whatever it is that you feel you want out of this life, however you want to live, you got to ask yourself truthfully, are you the type of person, are you a humble person in the sense of you're happy, just that, are you a minimalist? Are you someone that's, you like extravagance? Do you like your clothes? Do you like your cars? Do you like houses? Do you like travel? Do you want to travel business class? Do you want watches? Or are you content in the sense of you're a minimalist. You don't need material objects, but you want to live a nice life. You want to be comfortable. You don't have to worry about your bills. You want to know your children and your spouse and all your family, and possibly retire your parents, and you can do all this and not be chasing all those other stupid. Well, not even stupid. I'm no one to judge, like, not chasing those other things. I love some of them things. But you've got to just decide who you are. What do you want? And then, because if you don't know what you want, the higher power, the law of attraction, your subconscious, whatever you label it, can't draw it towards yourself if you don't actually know what you want. You don't know what lifestyle you want. How can you attract that lifestyle? I know exactly, and I knew exactly what lifestyle I wanted.
What age was you at then, at that point?
ever since I was a kid, bro.
Yeah.
I've always knew what life I wanted to live.
I was hoping you'd say 27, lad.
No, well, when I defined it, though, it was
Yeah.
about 27, 28, 2018, 2019. That
Mm.
was when I sat there and started journaling, which went after me breakdown and stuff. That's what I'm saying. Creating ShredFast.
Yeah.
That's when I decided, during lockdown, I was still creating my life, writing it down.
Yeah,
That's when I decided exactly what I wanted my house to look like, what car I wanted to drive, how I wanted my life to be, how I wanted my days to flow. I think, imagine just being able to get up and do whatever you wanted to do that day. Like, imagine that feeling, but being able to do it and being financially able to do that. Oh, what I'm gonna go and do this today. I'm gonna spend the day with them. I'm gonna go to this place. I'm gonna go and eat in this place. Like, that to me is pure happiness, and that's all I ever aspired and wanted to get. Just that, and all the other things I wrote down, just exactly how I wanted my life to be, even down to my children, man. Honestly, and I'm a massive believer in the power of the pen. You just write these things down. It's got so much more of a chance of becoming your reality, you know. Because just for the simple fact that a lot of it you forget. So you think these thoughts, and a lot of it just goes, doesn't it? Then you forget you thought it. But if you've written it down, sometimes you read over your book. I never said that. Do you still want that? That is all I want. Why am I working towards that? And it gives you a kick up the arse again, and you remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because when you've been speaking there, and you've said a couple of things, there have been things you go, no, I have thought that. No, that is what I want. Fucking hell, yeah, that is it. But like you were saying, but just by writing it down, it gives you that little kick up the arse when you read it and go, fuck, why aren't I doing that? Why did I forget that?
Even a vision board.
Yeah.
Honestly, Lou, you'd be so surprised. Like, if you did go and get yourself a vision board today, go to Asda, download some images on your phone, go to Asda and print them out. Cut them out, stick them, write some things out as well, stick them all on a vision board and leave it in your bedroom. And then again, when we do the podcast on the 13th of July 2025, I'll ask you how many of them are come to fruition or coming to fruition. Guarantee you're going to say most of them. Like, I guarantee you. Because you're seeing it every day.
Yeah.
It's just constant reminders. This, like, I see it. You get to a point you do that enough, which I've done for years, you don't need it anymore. That's the beauty of it. You don't need them anymore. You get to a stage where it's all I can think of anyway. All I'm thinking about is abundance. It's all that's running through my mind every single second of every single day. If I think a negative thought, I'm like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? Where it used to be, I used to think, wow, I just thought a positive thought there. Now it's like a negative thought comes in and it's like beep beep, alerts all over me, like get that out your mind immediately. You know what I'm saying? So you can literally train your brain to think of abundance, and then you don't want to be all spiritual and that with it. It's just simple, like, it's math. It's like if you're thinking of a solution to a problem, like if you're just constantly on the outlook for abundance and good things and opportunities, someone only has to say something and you're primed for it. You know what I mean? You're primed for it. You're constantly calculating in your mind. How can I get that? How can I get that? How can I? And you hear something that you wouldn't have heard if you're just drifting through the day. Someone says something and you're like, I can do that. Or you're sitting there on YouTube instead of looking at memes. You're YouTubing something that is something you want to learn about, or just something you're interested in. And then you hear something, oh my God, that's quality. That you read a book, a certain quote can just change your life. One of the quotes that changed my life, the Brian Tracy one, is self-discipline is doing what you know you should do, whether you feel like doing it or not. That transformed my life. Completely transformed my life. Doing what you know you should do, whether you feel like doing it or not.
Because Mike Tyson said a similar thing, didn't he?
I've got the quote in the gym, yeah.
Yeah, it's the one that always resonates with me. It's just obviously a different version of it. It's doing what you hate but doing it like you love it.
Exactly. I've got it in my personal gym in the house, that exact quote.
And
it's exactly that. It genuinely is. It's just that is, if everything you do revolves around self-improvement, positivity, empowerment, confidence, lifting others, you just become addicted, and your brain just circulates those thoughts. And then that's where the magic happens, bro. It does. Things just start to go good, because what you're doing from the second you wake up is thinking, how can I do this? How can I do that? Isn't this good? That's good. This is good. That's good. I want to do this. I want to do that. Solve that problem. Help them do this. It's just a constant. You have unlimited energy because you're thinking positively. How? No, when you say you got a problem, and I say I told you really bad news now, how does your body feel?
It feels probably like a drop in it. Like
there's like a
slump.
slouch, isn't it? Like, oh, someone says, oh, boom, so really bad, drastic news. You feel like you can't even get up off the couch. That's why people faint in that. Tell someone boss news, what happens to your body?
Body comes up.
You're jumping around.
Yeah.
What when someone scores a goal in footy and that? What's flooding through your body when your footy team scores a goal? As pathetic as I think that is. What flood through your body though?
Energy.
Adrenaline, energy, happiness, excitement. All of these things. And what did they make you do? They make you act with agency, lad. How can you expect to be agent if you're laid back? Laid back's not cool no more, you know. Lad, laid back's not cool.
Yeah.
Laid back used to be cool. Laid back used to be, he's cool, dead chilled him and that, like, be boss, isn't he? No. He's being placid. He's being relaxing. There's being like confident. That's the difference. He's confident. He's relaxed belief. I know everything's gonna be sweet.
Yeah. Laid
back is like, okay, whatever. Yeah, go ahead, whatever. What do you want to eat? Whatever, lad. What are you having? That's like laid back. If someone says to me, what do you want to eat? Chicken and rice, please. Grilled.
Okay, so now, this is where you two are more educated than me now. I somehow passed English, don't fucking know. So, like, with the laid back, the confident part is what I see as laid back. So I know what I want. It's like, I know I've got to get up and I've got to go and do this workout. I know I've got to get up and go and do that. But I'm just like, all right, I'm not gonna fuss over anything kind of thing. I'm not gonna make something into what it's not. And if I've got something that I need to do,
what if everything, the way you do anything is the way you do everything? So if this is what I just said about the ShredFast workout, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. If you don't think of ShredFast workouts important, if you don't think getting up when your alarm goes off is important, if you don't think dressing correct is important, if you don't think smelling good is important, brushing your teeth is important, eating the right foods is important, if none of these are important to you, then best believe I don't want anything to do with you. Because everything has a domino effect on the next thing. Everything. Like absolutely everything. Would you do business? If someone wanted to like really work with you, Jay, I want to come in. I want to invest in you. I want and we're going to do this. We're going to be in the same establishment. I'm going to bring you into our studio. We're going to work together every day. And that person was just dead like scruffy, like bad body odor, bad breath. Didn't take care of themselves. Was dead like laid back. Showed up half an hour late with all this and drinking a coffee. Like, would you feel confident in that person? Would you like, where as opposed to the opposite, where someone just approaches you and they're just nice and happy, you can see in the face the vibrant, there's an energy emanating out of them because they're doing the right things from the second you wake up to the second you see them at 9 a.m. From every single second there's been accounted for. They've got up when they were supposed to. They've bathed, they've washed off the negative energy of the night, they've revitalised the body, they've thermal cycled, they've got the hot cold temperature going, do you know what I mean? They've got that circulation flooding through the body, the face looks awake and ready, the hair's done, they're either clean shaven or at least like
shaped up.
Yeah. They're dressed well. Doesn't have to be as in like suit, I'm not talking that. You can be wearing anything at tracky, but it's proper, it's not creased all over the place where you can tell they've just pulled it out last minute out the drawer, it was prepped the night before. You can feel all this from someone from the second they come, from the second that you shake hands with them, from the second that you meet them, give them a hug, whoever it may be, in whatever situation, you feel it from them, honestly. one thing we always laugh about with Joe, he'll let me tell the story, but we had a photo shoot scheduled about 2 years ago in the old wellbeing centre that I had. And so it was like all the team had to be there. It was like, all turn up, make sure you wear this, give you loads of notice so you can get an haircut, get your beard shaped up and look presentable. And then Joe came in. His eyes were like that, and his hood was up. Said, "You're not getting no pictures today. Fuck off." Do you know what I mean? Said, "Fuck off, lad." But like he was only 20 at the time, so 19, 20, do you know what I mean? But like I just said, lad, you look like a piece of shit. And you could, and it was because he didn't do the first bit right. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? He turned up. So it's like you can turn up or you can turn up.
It's are you saying that it's not enough just to turn up?
Not enough just to turn up.
Yeah.
It's not enough just to turn up, bro. And the way you do anything's the way you do everything. If you brush your teeth for 30 seconds, you can brush your teeth. You want to just be taking your time brushing your teeth. You want to wash out your mouth. Then you want to like check, and you want to like dress, and like just everything is just, honestly, everything matters. I just believe that. It's not about, this isn't about like image. I'm not saying everyone needs to look a certain way, bro, at all. Like what I'm saying is, it's very clear, like your body speaks before you open your mouth. Do you not agree? If you meet someone and they're in like ridiculous shape, what does that tell you?
I always remember this, and gotta come straight back to that. It was some fella, I can never remember his name, I'm great with this, aren't I? But a fella, he said, "I want to do business with the man that walks in, who's in shape, and shakes my hand firmly, because I know he's dedicated. I know he puts that work into himself."
It says that it's been a known fact this for centuries, but people just are coming now and saying it in their own unique way, which is great. But the strong congregated around the strong, and then they conquered. Like it screams discipline. Someone who's in shape, like, says these have got like discipline, these have got organization, these have got consistency in them straight away. And then if they open their mouth and they're a gobshite, of course that can happen plenty of times, but at least they've got that. Even if they are an idiot, you think, well, he might be an idiot, but he's probably got something to offer me.
Yeah.
Someone who turns up completely out of shape, creased clothes, hair's a mess, spilled coffee down the front, like, and you, straight away, there's just that thing again. We can sit here and say, we shouldn't judge and this and that, but the fact is, you make what's it called when you first meet someone, first impression. Of course, that matters. Yeah. Of course it does. We can say it shouldn't, and we can say it doesn't, but it does, doesn't it? Yeah. And it does live with you forever. You can definitely change it, 100%. You can be wrong, but I just believe that all of these little things just have a huge effect on your overall life, and I think that it's so important to get those small things that you don't think matter much, and get them nailed on, and that it is exactly, again, what the Self-reliance philosophy is about: tidying up everything. And my biggest thing is when people say it's just a workout, and I'm like, but it's really not just a workout, and it's not just a workout program. And people say, "Oh, give it a rest and have a day off," and this, it's like, these people don't understand that it's so much more. And we're not just saying it's for the good of our health or to sell a product. We're just saying, if you honestly accumulate these small little wins every single day, great things will start to happen. Your character will start to change.
Yeah, so I was thinking that big time. Then it's the way you speak, lad. You need to give yourself a pat on the back. But like, I've never thought of anything like that deep before. It's like, I'll brush my teeth today. Okay, good. All right. So all my clothes are ready the night before. Okay, good. But it's like, why am I getting ready? Why am I going to be choosing these clothes?
Do you get your clothes ready every single night?
No.
There you go.
Yeah, there's times I'll wake up at 9 in the morning.
So again, it's like people probably sitting there thinking, yeah, I do, but do you? How many times out of the 7 days each week do you actually get your clothes ready and make your bag the day before and prime yourself and prep yourself to have a good day? How often do you 100% ensure that tomorrow is going to be a good day, or do you just let it be what it's going to be? Wake up in the morning, can't find my socks. It's a domino effect, man. These things need to be, it's not hard. This is what people really don't get. So get on this. If you're sitting there thinking, I can't be bothered with that and I'm tired in the night, and you've got to do it anyway. You've got to do it anyway, bro. Do you understand what I mean? You
Yeah.
don't leave your house and your bills.
Yeah.
You've got to do it anyway. So why wouldn't you do it in the night? Or even the evening time? As soon as you get in and get showered, why not prep your clothes the night before? It could even be 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and you go to the gym then, even come back and it's done. You're only going to have to do it in the morning anyway. So this can't be bothered just means you're going to do it when you really don't want to do it. In the morning, when you haven't got time to do it, when you've woke up late, when you're on the clock and you're boom. So, do you understand what I mean?
It reminds me a little bit of that,
you've got to
the
eat your
saying, eat
breakfast.
that frog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
you've got to
one of the
do
best
it.
books.
So when you're going to do it, just get it out the way first thing in the morning. But if you can't do it first thing in the morning and you're going to do it
But
the next morning, do it the night
even
before.
that says about preparation, though.
Yeah.
That's not saying first thing in the morning. That's about attacking things that can't be done the night before.
Yeah.
Preparation can be done the night before. You can prep things, you know what I'm saying? You have perfect example. So I'm going to eat eggs and oats every day this week.
No.
Day 1, eggs and oats. Day 2, no eggs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so did you even plan on doing this? Did you really even want to do it? Because why did you only buy one pack of eggs? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you really want to change, or are you just saying, yeah, it just doesn't make sense? As I say, I'm going to eat dead healthy this week. Day 1, dead healthy. Day 2, Subway. You've got to ask yourself. It's again, this is why it all, I feel, loops back again. You can ask someone as much advice as you want. You can ask me everything under the sun about nutrition. You can say to me, Luke, what advice would you give me to get me? But I'm not there when you wake up on Tuesday when it's fucking raining. You can't be asked. You've lost your socks. You forgot to get a shower. You've got no eggs in, and then you go and buy eggs on the way to work. I'm not there with you to say don't do that and prep the night before. You've got to want to change. You know what I mean? Like this is what people need to understand. It's got to come from you within. It's got to be like, no, I want to do that. Okay, sound. So then prime your environment to succeed. Stop leaving too many potential hurdles. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're going to say I'm going to eat eggs and oats all week, make sure you've got a brand new pack of oats and you've got 5 or 6 packs of eggs. Or you've got a box of eggs in your cupboard from Monday to Sunday. Then you're going to eat that. But what you're not going to do is go and buy 1 pack of eggs and 1 sachet of oats and say I'm going to eat eggs and oats all week. Because then you're not going to go to the shop every day because you're not going to have time. You're going to be tired and stuff like that. So it's just about doing and planning ahead of time, I feel. And that gives you the best chance of succeeding in anything that you do. In absolutely anything that you do, you need to be saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do, and then this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to set up everything. One of my best advice to people who train from home with the ShredFast is put your kettlebells out the night before. Because if they're under the stairs, much more of a chance of not doing the workout. If they're out in front of you, you'll come down and you're going to do it. They're just going to be there staring at you, and you're going to just feel guilty walking past them 5 or 6 times, and then you'll end up doing it. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, that comes from the Atomic Habits. That it says about putting your running shoes out the night before so that you do it. You know what I'm saying? So I always recommend just put your kettlebells in sight. Don't put them out. Don't put them away. Even ever, don't put them away. Because even if you don't do it in the morning, don't put them under the stairs because you haven't done them. Leave them there because then when you come in the night, you'll be like, didn't do it again, did I? They're there just staring at you. Just like, you know what I mean? Where was you today? And all these little things that's priming your environment for it. You can't say I'm going to eat healthy and then allow yourself to buy all kinds of sweets and crisps. And what are you buying that for if you're saying you're going to eat healthy? Oh, it's just because that's what it's in the house. It's for the kids. Well, don't let the kids have it either.
Yeah, because if you're not going to eat it, why are you going to let your kids eat it? That's something I really agree with.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it is just priming your environment. You can't succeed if at every turn you've got temptation.
Yeah. Because one thing...
Just eliminate as much temptation as you can, because the temptation's all around us, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've only got to walk out of here and then you'll see someone like maybe eating an ice cream, or you'll see like a poster for McDonald's. So there's always going to be temptation. But as long in your environment, like, give yourself a fighting chance. Like, eliminate as much as you possibly can.
Because one thing that I say, well, not saying anymore, but I said to Ash, and she actually re-said it to me the other week. I said to her, be kind to your future self. do them things, so when it comes to the time in the future, it's already ready for you. So like she's the best in the world at going, fuck, I don't have anything for my lunch today when we're going to work, and like I'll be there and I'll be like taking food out of the fridge because I've prepped like for 3 or 4 days. But it's like one of them, I'll be guilty of whatever it is in the world. And in the morning, like I know I'll wake up in the morning and think I've got nothing ready, so I'm gonna have to start spending another 5-10 minutes picking out what I want and then getting ready for work.
You again, you've got so much wisdom in you. This is what's like, that's why I see your potential. Because you just said before, life's so simple, isn't it? And this and that. But then you say things like you've just said, and you're like about taking simplicity. Like it is so simple, and what I find mad myself, I don't know about you, that, but why do people feel like they need to eat a different like thing for tea every night? But where's this concept come from of like a different tea? Spaghetti bolognese, shepherd's pie, like sea bass, lamb chops. What? Where's that come from?
I don't know.
It's a proper like British thing. It's like you honestly, my girl honestly, she will be sat there and she'll open a fridge and she'll go, don't know what to have to eat. I'm like, well, what did you plan to eat today? I didn't. I just like but why though? I can't comprehend this now because I've been doing this for so long. Because she'll say to me, what do you want? Steak. I'm a steak.
Yeah.
In the morning, look what are you having? Oats and eggs. She doesn't even ask me anymore. She genuinely does never ever ask me what I'm having. We sit down in a restaurant, she won't say what are you having. I look for the steak. Me mate got Dingo the other day. I sat down, me mate Chris, who works with us as well, and we went to the Middle Eastern restaurant, and you said, he went, I don't know what to get here, and I said, what do you mean you don't know what to get? We've come here loads, like chicken and rice, like why would you get anything else? And I like to scope the whole menu. I like to go through the menu top to bottom. Why would you do that? Why do you want to go through a menu top to bottom? I said there's only 2 things that can potentially happen there, right? So you know what's good for you on a menu when you look, but there's loads of other things that you're gonna find tasty. So exactly what I was thinking would happen. So we ordered garlic chicken, absolutely like caked in garlic sauce, the heaviest, most high sugar garlic sauce you can get, just drenched in it. And he got it, and he put it in the middle. And I thought, have a little go, put a little tiny bit on it, and it was unbelievable. Like it just, you know what I'm saying? And it made me want it. I wanted that now, and not my chicken and rice, because. But then again, so I was like, Chris, this is what I'm saying about me. Why did you get that? Just get what you know is good for you. Chicken and grilled chicken and white rice with some salad.
Do you eat the same every single day?
Every single day.
Yeah. Even
every
like
single
on
day.
weekends and
yeah, This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That don't get me wrong. So tomorrow I'm gonna go and have even tonight actually, I might even go now and have American pizza slice. So I'll have me little cheat. Yeah, when I want to, and like donuts, sometimes I'll just nail a load of donuts, but it's very few and far between. And I do it like as in I'm going to eat that, not like what I'm gonna eat. Oh, go ahead, I'll just have a pizza. It's never that. So it's like, right, I'm eating pizza now. So I'm gonna have my steak. Just have my steak. I'm not gonna have no rice, and I'm gonna go and nail those. So get me protein and then I'll drive and go and get like pizza slice. You know what I'm saying? So it's strategic. It's not like I'm just eating I eat the exact same thing every day. And I've got even no qualms with it, because people say about giving information away when you sell a program. I don't care. I couldn't care less. I eat 3 eggs, 3 egg whites and 3 whole eggs. So 6 total, right? Into a pan, scramble it, and I eat it standing up, right? I then make about 100 grams of oats with almond milk, with a bit of honey and 3 dates. Every single morning. Then I get into Coffee Asia and I have me Americano and then a train. Straight after that, I go to a place called Fatouche by the gym, and I have risotto. What's it called? Risotto chicken or something?
Risotto. Oh, I am like the grilled chicken.
Rotisserie or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So it's like a full half chicken.
Yeah.
White rice and salad, no sauce, loads of salt. And then
no sauce. We'll get into that in a minute.
And then in the night, I go home and I have steak. And if I feel like I need it, rice or just steak sometimes. And then sometimes I'll just have a couple more eggs with the steak. That's what I eat every day. Every single day. Like, I don't understand why. I don't need anything different. I don't want anything different. It doesn't get boring to me. I enjoy that food.
Because you feel good after eating it as well.
Feel great after. Lad, I actually love the food.
Yeah.
I love that food. But you got to train your mind to enjoy that food by stopping having sauce on everything and expecting sugar with every single thing that you eat. That little hit of sugar, sauce on, like anything that you eat, biscuit, protein bar, protein shake. It's all sugar. Everything sugar. Cut it out. Go cold turkey, and then you'll start to enjoy food for what it is. You got to think about it. If you put sauce on food, it means you don't like this food.
Well, you're gonna shout at me now, lad. Here's another thing. So
start your challenge again.
Yeah.
So
well, no point now. I'm gonna be doing ShredFast.
Oh yeah.
So started doing 75 hard, and I done a little clip the other day, and obviously, like, my diet's not like the level that yours is, as you can tell. But I had a bit of tomato sauce on top of my food. Now Mark Waldron was like, "Is that sauce?" And it's like this whole thing just sparked from it, and like you still make it, like we were laughing about it this morning when we saw each other. And like I was saying, it's not that deep, it's sauce. But now, like, when you're talking about it, and then Mark's saying it, you're just like, fuck's sake.
But this is exactly my point again, going back to when I'm saying, if you're just ultra strict, like I've done both. I've done both, been on both ends of the spectrum, but I've done it where I don't eat anything for months and months. And I did get a bit depressed. Like nothing out of that was bad. So now, every like couple of weeks, maybe once a week, maybe once every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks, I'll do that. I'll have pizza. I'll just pick out on one meal. I'll just eat a load of food, and that's me. I'm not saying like don't enjoy like your life, and even people, again, I said before, if you like going out and having a drink with the boys and the girls, go and do it. Just do it at the right times. Do it. Don't just always do it off the cuff through what's it called? Peer pressure. Like, organise it. Just all fancy. Should we go out? Should we get dressed up and go out and have a nice meal and some drinks, and let's go there, let's book a table here. By all means, go and do this if this is what you enjoy, man. Live your life.
Do you drink at
make
all?
Mistakes. No, like I've done with it now.
Oh yeah.
Done with it now.
All three of us are like that.
So like, but you want to like go and live your life, do what you want to do, and actually just do it like in moderation. Don't do it all the time. Make sure that you still get everything done the next day that you need to get done. Like, don't wallow and feel sorry for yourself if you eat a bit of rubbish or you do have a drink or whatever. Try and get up and be a bit proactive and almost double up the next day if you're gonna, do you know what I mean? Like, work a bit harder, do an extra session, make a few more phone calls, answer those emails you don't want to do. Like, kind of punish yourself a little bit the next day.
Yeah.
But be okay with the fact that you had a bit of like rubbish in that. It's the constant like sauce on this, biscuits every single day. Do you understand what I mean? That's what has the detrimental effect on you. Not like every now and again doing something for enjoyment and socialising and having a good time. That's probably gonna help you. That's gonna keep you sane. That's gonna give you something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna give you something to like actually look forward to at the end of the week, month, year, whatever it is. I highly encourage people to find that balance, and the balance comes through being disciplined the majority of the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if it tastes so much better when you do it too, bro. If you eat rubbish every day, I can't even. I mean, I feel terrible. Do you know what got to the point with me? I got a food intolerance test, and yeast. It was like off the scale high for me, intolerance. So that's yeast in anything, in the pizzas, bread, everything. So when I eat bread, I can't explain it. Lovely at the time, and then within 10 minutes, my stomach is going mental, bro. Like, and I'm just like, I'm on the toilet. I feel sick. I can't sleep that night. Is that worth it? Is that really worth?
Every day.
It's worth it every now and again when I just think, you know what, I'm just going to have a little go. But even then, still, as soon as I've had it, sometimes anyway, I'm just like, it wasn't worth it. That, I feel terrible, yeah. But I couldn't even imagine what that must feel like eating it every single day. You just feel so bad, bro. Like, and not only that, how are you enjoying it? How does anything have value if you do it all the time?
Yeah, that's fucking massive.
You've
Innit?
got no
That's
value as it.
massive.
It's not going to give you that lift if it's just all the time. It's like anything. You're going to become dead into it. You're not going to get that spike you're after. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas, honestly, like when me and my mate Brad, when we went for the American pizza slice, not last weekend, the week before, I had a boss time, but we literally sat there and I said, we've been smashing, let's go and eat a little bit of pizza. And he's like, sweet. We trained that morning and everything, full ShredFast in the heat. So we went, I think we got 8 slices of pizza each. And then we went to Heavenly Desserts and got a dessert each and one to like pick between both. And lad, I went home happy, I went home happy. I slept happy. Slept like a baby. I woke up the next day and I smashed my workout. And that was it. Back to eating clean. Eggs, oats, steak, rice, chicken. Do you know what I mean? Until next time. And I'll probably go again today. Like I say, I'll probably go and get a pizza slice tonight. My mates are going to come round tonight. So I'll get a pizza slice later and chill with the boys and enjoy myself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm definitely not here telling people to honestly like live like monks, because I promise you there's no balance there.
No.
There's no balance. And people would tell you you'll find contentment, but one thing's for certain, the way the world's going means that it's harder and harder and harder to live that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we need money, we need this, you've got to do that, everything's getting busier, everything's costing more, etc., etc. So for you to try and become more and more monk-like, and you're going to just get left behind, you're going to end up more stressed. Do you know what I'm saying? People encourage meditation, I encourage prayer. Meditation, I just sit there and think, oh my God, I've got to do that, blah, 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 blah. When I pray, I actually switch off. I do switch off because I'm praying, I'm doing something still. When I meditate, and I know people will have their opinions on this, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, I'm just telling you my experience. Meditating just made things worse for me. Just trying to sit there and think nothing just didn't work for me. But committing to something spiritually, so it takes me about 10-15 minutes to pray, morning and night. And that to me gives me a great sense of peace and calm. You know what I'm saying? It really does. It honestly gives me the same effect that I think meditation will probably have for a lot of people. And there'll be millions out there who testify and say the same. So it is just about, it's about finding what works for you in your life, and making sure you're not just trying to live like he is. Do you know what I mean? Like that though, bro, like you can't just see someone doing something who's got everything you want to have and think, I just need to do exactly that. That's not how I don't feel that that's how this works. You can create the same habits, you can pick up similar traits to that person, but you can't just live the way that person doesn't expect the same results. You may not want to live that way.
Yeah,
that may not be in you.
Can't be a carbon copy of someone else, because you got to be original.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, because like, obviously the sauce thing really gets to me so much, because I've grown up on sauce, so that's my normal. Like, I like just cutting it out.
So did I, bro. We all did. We're all lads, but like, I'm only from down the road. Did you grow up here?
I grew up in the south, yeah.
So I grew up in Old Swan, literally just 5 minutes drive from you, bro. So like, we all grew up on sauce. Those 5 nightly teas I just mentioned there, that's what my nan cooked every single week. You know what I mean? That's what it was: shepherd's pie, spaghetti bolognese, just all these different things every single night, loads of sauce and everything, loads of bread with every meal. I used to have bread with roasts, gravy butty. To soak up all the butty and that, you know what I mean? And like, honestly, like our nutrition was absolutely atrocious back in the day. But again, education. You can't change what you're unaware of.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you like some of the foods I eat, and you're gonna tell me what it's like. Both of you can like, give me a judgment. So, sweet potato, chicken thighs, beef mince, eggs, oats, Greek yogurt, bananas, blueberries, honey, protein powder, then like olive oil and butter. They're like the main fundamentals of my whole diet.
Solid.
Is there anything in there that would make you think, Dom, maybe tweak that out?
No.
and then
What
like
about protein? Do you? I
shitload
don't
of
use
sauce as well.
protein powder or nothing.
Yeah, I'll have a protein
Do
shake,
you?
lad. Yeah, every now
Yeah.
and again. Yeah,
Yeah.
like probably most days, in fact, because I'm in coffee age. I'll have a protein shake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's one of them. Like I look at my diet and like I wish I could eat. Like I have steak as well and
See,
salmon
like you
and
mentioned,
tuna.
you
Like,
didn't
they're
mention
things.
everything, though, did you?
I did say when you were both talking and sauce. Like, oh, did you say
No, but don't you eat like burgers, stuff like that too?
the homemade? So I'll get the mince. Obviously,
Mince,
I'll have bread, but I enjoy bread. Like I see that as like that's my little treat. That,
Yeah,
but I haven't went out and bought it like from the chippy.
Oh yeah, again.
I'll get me mince and I'll put it all together myself and then
It
cook
sounds
it.
like a solid diet.
Yeah.
I think that combined when you do ShredFast, when you do more like high intensity stuff, lad, I wouldn't really say there'd be that much you'd have to change when you start training functionally and start really getting a sweat on and burning a lot more calories. I think you'll just see yourself lean up, but keep that muscle because your protein intake sounds quite high, sounds quite clean. You're obviously educated on it because of what you're eating. So yeah, lad, it sounds very similar to my diet.
Yeah, because like I'm going for not low carb, but just not as high as what other people might be. But I'm trying to get like more healthier fats into my diet. So if I get like beef mince, if you want another water bottle, we've got some there, you know. But yeah, so like I'll get like the 15% beef mince instead of like the 5. Just like that bit more fatty into my diet, but it's not like saturated fat that I'm trying to buy. So like bacon, don't eat bacon really much anymore. Like pork sausages, as much as I love them on a brekkie, and I'll still have it from time to time. Like they're not part of my diet.
You can get beef sausages, you know.
My bird's been nailing, like I mean nailing these chicken sausages.
Yeah, beef sausages, chicken sausages, lamb sausages, turkey rashers. Loads of different options.
Once of the turkey rash has got like 5 calories per one. I was living on them for a while.
As I say, it's just it's about just trying not to just please your taste buds. Just eat for survival, eat for fuel. Try and get into that mindset of putting food away because you need it and because it's energy, not because you want everything to taste fantastic.
But so for instance, if I'm eating everything like that, but I am throwing sauce on it, is that not like the balance or something, or is it not just good enough? And it might be wrong because I'm just trying to make it good enough.
I honestly, like, again, people will fully disagree with me. Yeah, and so this is just my opinion. I honestly see people adding sauce as like a weakness. Like,
fuck.
I swear to you, I do. If I sit down with someone and they just start putting loads of sauce, I'm just like,
yeah,
why are you doing that? Why have you just gone and done that?
So I was saying to me, food's dry. Like if I'm prepping food and having
but it shouldn't be. This is what I mean. If you're eating the right food, it shouldn't be as you just mentioned then about the fat. Boy, you should be eating like steaks and stuff that have got loads of fat in. That's why, honestly, even like the chicken. That's why I eat. I don't know the name, risotto chicken, whatever it's called. It's got the skin on, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And that makes it, and there's still fat on it, and because it's a full chicken, you get like the thighs, you get the leg, you get the little bits in between even. So that's why I choose to eat that rather than grilled chicken breast. Of course, you're gonna feel like you need to add that, and that's why I eat full chickens basically and steak, fatty steak, ribeye steak is what I eat, and then I keep my yolks and my eggs for plenty of fat to get that down. Even egg whites is horrible, hard to get down. Honestly, like what I even do sometimes, cook my steak, put it on a plate, all the fat that's left in, cook my rice in it. In a stir fry in the fat of the steak, and then that makes it that's like, and even you can do that with the beef mince. There's loads of fat comes off that.
Yeah.
Put the beef mince out, get the rice, cook the rice in a wok in the beef mince.
Yeah, so then it gives it
and
that.
And then that's all moist.
Yeah.
And it's all natural.
Yeah, because like one of my things I said, this got to be like my autistic trait or something.
Autistic trait.
Yeah, lad. Like there's a thing with autism. Like I see it in a lot of the kids, they can't eat anything like any types of food that like might be wet. Like it's the texture. Mine's dry, and obviously that's just a normal thing. And no one's gonna sit there and eat fucking dry mince after they've heated it up and work.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like I was saying, I wish I could eat steak every day. Like I've really gone into it, but I know like. Getting steak every day, it does come with that.
Yeah.
Getting salmon every day comes with that, and eating them good foods.
About it.
So it's one of them.
One thing I'll say, even when I was absolutely skint, bones in my ass, still bought steak every day. I did. I didn't have a pot to piss about steak every day.
I'm gonna walk out of here.
And I ate organic as well. Spent all my money on quality foods.
Don't you go? Is it Marxies? Do you go in? Yeah, Marxies.
I shouldn't though. I'm starting to switch. I'm going to the local market. It's just I'm just struggling with the beef. not being organic. I do not like it at all. Like to the point where I can't eat it. So the organic steak, I'm just really struggling to switch it over. But yeah, going to the supermarket much more on Lodge Lane. Do these big papayas and lovely. So should really go to them more. Definitely don't want to be. We should support our local supermarkets much more than we do the big ones. So I'm slowly transitioning over. It's just I'm trying to find an alternative for steak.
Yeah.
There is a place though called Hill Farm Finest. I was getting them from there. It's just waiting on deliveries. And sometimes you've ordered it and then I might end up having to go away or travel for a few days and end up with a load of steak there that just gets left. Like in my mum's or something, do you know what I mean? It was just a bit of a nightmare to track because you just can't go and buy it. I'm struggling to find an organic beef place local where I can get food from. But yeah, I've always spent
the money
on food, always.
Yeah.
Always, lad, and I've been at times what you described before. So, again, when I say about my advice, I'd never tell someone to do something I wasn't willing to do myself. So when it comes to eating healthy, I always I push for eat as healthy as you can, no matter what it takes. Because you are what you eat.
Yeah, we've got to feed ourselves. You're not going to put shitty petrol in your car, are you? So why you put shitty food in yourself?
100%.
Yeah, because that's like my main factor right now. That's 75 hard. Like my bear goes to me. Do you want a Chinese tonight? Oh yeah. Do you want to get a KF? Oh fuck it, I'll drop everything. Like, do you want to get a Mackey's or something like that? Like as soon as there's an option for me to get it, I'll be like, yeah. Got like, I could walk past the vending and work because they've now put a vending machine in the staff room, and I'll look. There could be nothing there, but if I see a Dr Pepper, can I be like, fuck it?
Yeah,
like I'll just get it.
But then you're saying like you can't buy steak, but if you're buying them things, then
yeah,
you can't
I
buy
know,
steak.
I know, it's priorities and it's all that stuff.
Definitely,
I know.
I don't think I've drank a fizzy drink since I was like 9.
Really? Yeah.
What do you have?
God, like water.
Yeah. Do you have anything else? No. Really? Like obviously people might go juices. Yeah.
I'll have like a little organic juice.
Yeah.
Like an organic fruit, like
Apple juice or something?
No, like a proper juice, like a detox juice.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Sometimes, yeah. Every now and again, I might like, if it's like a hot day, I'll put like that much Vimto in a glass of water with loads of ice. Water. But I mean, when I was a kid, I just didn't drink it. You know, it used to give me toothache.
Yeah,
when I was a kid,
I've grew up on it.
No, but so did I, kind of.
Yeah.
I just, honestly, it used to hurt me teeth. I used to get this toothache every time I'd drink fizzy drinks. So I stopped drinking them when I was honestly like 8, 9. I remember. Just like I just want to drink water. So I just down pint of water. You know, when you'd be playing footy or man hunt with your mates and I'd run into the house and just down a pint of water. I always just drunk water. And since I can remember. But yeah, I just, fizzy drinks and stuff, I don't know. People just jug them all day. I just think that is madness when I see someone drink 3 or 4 cans of Coke. I'm like, that's bonkers to me. I don't know how you could feel normal. Drink 4 cans of Coke.
Pure sugar.
No, lad, it's literally as bad as you can get that. So fizzy, just the sugar on your teeth, the sugar that has the acid effect on the stomach. Even, I'm sure it's got caffeine in. Has Coke got caffeine in?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's no good, man.
Yeah, because I always remember.
I just drink black coffee too. I don't even have nothing in my coffee.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Try black coffee, but then again, it's my first time ever trying it.
I love it, lad. Like, I literally love it. But again, I don't know if all these things, bro, to be honest with you, is because I forced myself to do it.
Yeah. And
then I end up liking it. Don't get me wrong, obviously, I'm pretty certain that 99% of the population would say, like, a latte tastes nicer than a black coffee. But to me, a black coffee tastes nicer. But is that just because I forced it on myself? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even have honey. I don't have anything.
Oh, yeah.
No. I love coffee. I love that taste of black coffee. I think it's really nice. Especially if you get a nice blend, which ours is the best in the city. Actually, really is. Coffee age, you need to come down and have one. Have you had a coffee from there?
No.
You need to get a coffee and you see what I mean. You can have a black coffee and everyone says the same. It's different.
Okay. My black coffee was just at home. I just grabbed whatever coffee was in the cupboard, put it in hot water, drank it, and I was like,
bro, please don't drink instant coffee ever again.
Yeah. I would say my only coffee is, you're going to fucking shout at me again, it's just like sachets of like Nescafe, and it'll be like caramel latte. You'll be like, oh, that tastes nice.
That's
yeah.
That's not It's not coffee, that.
I feel like you need
That's
to give me
really
like
not
a
coffee,
lifeline.
that though, you know. Probably got the smallest amount of coffee bean
That's
in
probably why I like it.
it.
That's probably is why I like
Probably
it.
is, though. That's definitely not. But coffee is great for you as well. Coffee is really good for you.
I've been told that, like just black coffee.
It is.
Yeah.
Most of the things they tell you are bad for you are good for you. That's a fact. Loads of salt, loads of coffee.
Yeah, I've got big on the salt game now, like pink
Got
salt.
to, man.
Yeah.
Got to. Used to be wars over salt. You know that?
No.
There was genuine wars back in the day over salt. That's how valuable it was back in the day, and somehow it's become something that we feel we
It's the enemy.
should
no?
avoid completely.
Don't have
People
salt.
say, "Oh yeah, your blood pressure's high because of salt." Maybe it's the fact that you have donuts for breakfast,
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's
you
all the
don't
sugar.
exercise, you're stressed to death. You know what I'm saying? But they put it down to salt. You just need to, like, yeah, honestly, the majority of the things, the way they say about fat and stuff too, fat's great for you too, but you just can't eat loads of fat if you're eating loads of sugar.
Yeah.
Is that what I mean? So if you're going to have low carbs, high fat's fine. Don't have high fat, high carbs.
Yeah.
That's really not good for you.
Yeah. I feel like I need to talk to you every day, you know what, until I get my shit in order.
Yeah. Mates now,
How long
anyway.
have we been running on that section?
On what section?
Like, just how long have we been running for?
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours. I don't know what else to bring up, and besides just rambling on. I really don't.
Oh, that's us, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel
For
like we
next time.
fucking covered everything, you know.
Probably covered everything, but
And
not
I
on
need
at
to
the
go
same
and
time. Probably spoke about nothing, but we think it was boss at the time. Like, that was the sickest podcast
I've done nothing
ever.
all
People are
day, but
probably
I've
like,
done
"What was
nothing
that?"
all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that, man.
That was some fucking podcast that, you know, like, I don't even care about what people watch. For like the stuff that you've told me, I need to go and reassess my life. I do.
That's
like,
how I was feeling most of the time, to be honest. Lad. And I'm quite good and stick with things, but like I'm good with my diet, my routine, stuff.
Are we
like
off
that,
camera?
but
Off camera.
We still going, or
This can just get cut now. Yeah,
oh, yeah. No, I don't mind it being on. I was just wondering if you were just talking over.
Yeah, lad, as you can tell, there's no professionalism here.
No,
None
it's
whatsoever.
good. I like it.
But
that's what kept it nice and relaxed, lad.
Yeah. It's like, I really do. Like, I feel like I was doing everything well. And then obviously you speak to yourself, and like you said, it might just be who you are and how you've drilled yourself. But then you do look at people and you think to yourself, why are they like that though? Why are they there? All right, so you got to find out what their habits are and how they think and how they do this.
But one thing I will say to you, lad, and you know what you're going to experience and see this load, both of you, as you start to interview more people. Most people aren't what you think they're going to be, or what they look like they are. Promise you, lad. Promise you, they're not. I'm telling you that now. I've been in business now long enough. I've met enough different people. You see this thing of what you think they're going to be like, and they're ultra disciplined, and you speak to them and you know in 2 seconds you're full of shit. You're just full of shit. Do you know what I mean? That's the majority of people. So when you do come across a real one, you feel it straight away, and then you know, you just know. You're like, yeah, I need to listen to these people, but it's the misinformation, what we spoke about before, that's really dangerous to our society. The absolute idiots getting on podcasts like this and talking absolute shite. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mean to be like blunt with it and aggressive with it, but it really is. It's not good. Because you've got young kids listening, lad, just like, yeah, that's what he does, and just like a load of rubbish, man. And again, they're just pushing things because they just think you should. Going on, just talking about cold water therapy, talking about like, they don't know anything. They're not living and doing these things, and anyone can tell you to jump in a cold shower in the morning. You're gonna feel better. It'll stop depression. It's everything we've just spoke about that stops depression and that gets you out of depression. Lad. Not fucking cold showers, not workouts. The combination of everything and the compound effect of the consistency every day is what will lead to change. And there's too many people out here just saying that you get a shower and you do this and you do that after it and you eat like this and you go to bed on time and you wake up at this time, and then everyone's just like, well, why don't I feel good? Then I've been doing it a week. But it's like, you need to educate people at the core. Do you know what I mean? People need to, like you're saying there, people need to hear something or hear someone speaking and then go like, that hit home, that.
Yeah.
I like understand exactly what they've just said. Because TikTok and at the minute or like little small second clips. Yeah. And then you're like, yeah, oh, that you're all over the place. You hear that, then you hear that, then you hear that, then you hear that. By the time you get to that, you forgot what that said.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just like, fucking hell, what if I just, where the fuck? That's why I just kept reaffirming. We probably covered like 4 things there, like important things, I feel. Do you know what I mean? The way you do anything, the way you do everything. Like, that's what I believe. Do you know what I mean? Creating good habits, like not rushing yourself, keeping things simple with your nutrition and sticking, priming your environment to be you. Like, we touched on things that I think people just sit back and go, took that, and that from it, rather than just be like, what have I just listened to? It's just gibberish. Honestly, I could sit here, I can't even name names, but I see people in the fitness industry and it's just, I just know how full of shit they are. Even in our city, they're just full of shit. And I'd never slander someone, hence why I won't say the name, but I see it and I'm just like, you're not that guy, you're not that girl. You don't live and breathe it. Whereas if we had a photographer in yesterday, and he came and videoed, and when he left, he messaged me over his note and said, like, I have never like seen anything like that in my life. He said I've come away, I'm just so inspired. Not just me, the community.
Mm.
He was in there with 25 of my team. He's just like, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And everyone thinks it's just for Instagram. You know what I mean? That's why when you say about the negative comments don't even reach us. We're flying so high and we're so protected by God. We don't even hear them comments, lad. I promise you, no one gives a flying fuck in my team.
Mm.
Someone says something negative. Oh yeah, they're all just for Instagram. Like, someone just say something. No one cares, lad. Nobody cares because we all know who we are.
Mm.
Everyone in there is so pure-hearted. Honest to God, I'll show you some videos in a minute of what that team was like yesterday, and it's just, he said he's just a proper normal guy, half overweight, came in, videoed us, and was just like, what the fuck have you created here? No one can believe it. Anyone who comes to do videos, anyone who comes to do business, what I discussed before, which I won't say, the business proposal that's being put on the table, they're a massive, massive company. And they come in and was just like, this is fucking bonkers. What you've got here. And these people are like, top. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what's the difference, bro, is we're all in there. That is who we are, is my point I'm getting at, Louis. The camera doesn't go off and we all go like, fucking hell. Be arsed with that then, because the camera goes off after our recordings and we hug each other for fucking half an hour. And then talk about life. And then we get a shower and we go and eat and have another coffee and some food and we talk about how we can be better. You should have done this, you should have done that. Have you got round to doing that yet? Do you want some help with this? Do you want to go for a walk? There's people just going for walks, taking my dog out. Everyone's picking up my little daughters, cuddling, walking around with my daughters, people playing footy in the street. It's fucking magic, lad. It's pure magic. And in that environment, in that dome that we've created, there's something burning that's going to like actually change the world, do you know what I mean? And that's why God's protecting it so powerfully. I always say, there's a quote that I read one time. It says you should be very careful who you slander and gossip about, because you never know who's protecting them spiritually. And if you are a spiritual person, which like you think you are yourself, you're probably more getting into it, these certain energies, and I don't even know how to explain it. It can be God. I believe mine is God, but I also believe I've got ancestors who protect me like in a crazy way. And when you have that belief, honestly, it's real. It just is real. Because I've had things where people will like try and wrap me in bad things happen to them through no doing of myself, you know, like where you just like, I haven't done, like that person just kind of like something bad and tragic happened to them. And I'm like, I didn't even wish them bad, but and they've tried to deceive or like, you know what I mean, like slander or like bring me down in some way. And I'm not saying it's just me, there's loads of people like this, bro, and that's the connection that I feel. If you get that connection to God and you've got pure intentions, some type of like guardian angel will guide you through these tough times. Hence what you're in now, where you're saying, got no money. I just always knew God had me back.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean, lad?
No.
At the end of the day, bro, and again, I'm not being harsh here, you've got no choice, you know.
No,
But to
I
turn to
completely
faith,
agree.
you've got to turn to faith and give it a go, because
Okay.
what have you got to lose?
Absolutely nothing.
By dropping to your knees tonight, saying, God, I haven't spoken for a few years now, but I hope you're still my mate. And like, please just like, help me. Like, show me, give me a sign, aid me towards, make an opportunity open that I will need to take action. Don't ask him to do all the work for you, but just ask him to introduce something. And then it's about you then staying on the lookout, bro, for an opportunity that comes, because some people pray to God, please, opportunity. Do you want to do this? Oh, fuck that, I can't be asked with that, go away from me. Like, you don't even realise that was your little, that was God just gifting you. No, fucking get away. I've got this to do. I was guilty of that myself. So it's like, ask for guidance and help, but then be on the lookout for opportunities. Because you're one little thing away, aren't you? Like, this podcast will blow up.
Yeah, this is
So
one
this will
thing
be really good
I'm
for you.
confident in. Like, I know it's the tip of the iceberg, but like, I know deep down, this is my baby, man. Like,
it will load there. I believe this podcast, you've got a nice setup. It's good, bro. So like, I believe, yeah, I do. Like, I think if my audience will see this as well, that'll put you on the map a little bit with my community, and you get other little guests in and stuff. Like, who knows what can come of one little thing. You're always just one. You never know what's around the corner. Do you know what I mean?
We're still waiting for that one thing to help us blow up. We know we're not far off it.
Yeah.
We're waiting for that one thing.
We'll see.
But I just want to say, man, thank you for coming on. Like, thank
welcome.
you for taking time out of your day for this.
Thank you for having me on.
This has been, it could be life changing. I'm not even messing, not even saying this for the camera, turn the cameras off. This is life changing for me. Like, speaking to someone of yourself, like, I feel like I've needed to hear this. And it could be a God's doing.
Yeah.
Or something like that we've now aligned at these times. It's definitely something. And at the minute, I don't think there's probably any better person to speak to.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
Honestly,
so.
I appreciate both of you. Thank you, like, for having me on. It's been a pleasure, man. Good energy, good people.
And we'll be seeing each other on the 13th of July next year.
Definitely.
Or maybe like the 15th, depending on when the Saturday is.
Can't wait. No, we'll have to just do it on the Sunday, won't we? Gotta make sure it's exactly. 13's my lucky number as well, so we'll have to do it on the 13th.
There we go then. 13th of July 2025.
Let's go, people.
Jay will be co-hosting that. By that time, we'll have a proper producer.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Jay, do you have any questions you want to ask him?
No questions from me. Like,
no questions?
Every question that was coming to my mind, you'd answer before I could ask you the question. So
yeah, just flow. Yeah. That's why I say flowing's the best way to do it, because I feel like you covered everything. If you've got like a narrative, like a point which was like self-development, isn't it? We want to like help people kind of get themselves to a better place. As long as you got that direction, it'll all just flow out.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to ask us?
Not want to ask you now. Just want to say like thank you, and I want to just like fully and wholeheartedly wish you all the best with what you're doing. Just to stay consistent with it and go through the ups and the downs that are bound to come, and just continue to walk. Like, if you only walk on sunny days, you'll never reach your destination, bro. So every single day, you just got to keep doing it. Get them in on, even if you wake up and you've got the fucking biggest hangover or headache or cold or whatever, you got an interview that day with someone, you don't cancel it. You get it done with a cold. Yeah. And your audience see, you get it in no matter what. Those little small things, again, the way you do anything's the way you do everything. So just stay consistent, and you will definitely get there if you just keep getting the right guests on and putting yourselves in the right circles. So I just wish you all the best with it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.